Come into the room, family. Come into the room. Welcome. I am the H-Town vet, and I'd like to welcome you to our channel, a place where we're going to discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. We're so glad that you are here. Come into the room, family, where we can get started covering this information and interacting with one another. Family, we're glad that you're here. For those that are new to the channel, I am the H-Town vet, and we'd like to welcome you to our channel, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. We see there's a little bit of a struggle tonight for on who's first, who who got it first. We're gonna see which horse made it to the gate first. I got Betty Bop's well, she came earlier. That's interesting. I don't know. I can't say. Betty Bop's and Raider came in at the same exact time. 5 minutes and 46. 5:46, but I guess one was a little earlier. We're gonna call it a tie tonight. So Betty Bop's came in and said, H-Town evening. Then we have Raider, our brother Raider HQ, say, I'm first. We ain't gonna argue with y'all. Then Raider HQ say, you can take that from me. So we have Betty says, hope you had a beautiful week. Yes, indeed. I got a lot going on over here. I'm in the process of buying another car and buying two cars. Because I have to have one for my niece and my daughter because they were sharing a vehicle. My Lord. A lot going on. So Raider says, hey, Betty Bobs, how are you doing? Yes, indeed. Family, we so glad that you're here. Betty Bobs say, Raider HQ, I did take your first place. They say when you come for the crown, you better not miss. You understand? Family, we doing this thing tonight. You hear me? And we so glad that our brother Raider is here. If he's able to stay a while, because he really clarified a lot of things when it came to these new rulings. And if you get a little time, maybe later or whenever, whenever you're able to do it, we really appreciate it if you're able to come in. If not, we'll tell them about the video you put out. Yes, indeed. Raider, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Yes, indeed. Raider, are you feeling better? Then we have Big Rock says, howdy, y'all. Howdy, the Big Rock. That's right. Then we have who in the house? San Diego Marine 96. Thank you for being here. And then we have 12 Bravo 10. Thank you for all the input that you put in. We appreciate it when you came in last time. Then we have, Better They Speaking. Benny's in the house, say H-Town vet and chat. Let me know if my sound is okay. Family, y'all been doing this thing. Do you realize before the live stream was over, that last live stream when it was over, we had 1,100 views. Family, y'all were engaging. And I want to say, I don't want to lie, I think it was 2,500 watch hours. Not 2,250. I'm exaggerating. He's given to exaggeration. I do apologize. I meant 250. So everybody's speaking. Look, we have Spark 283. Thank you for being in here. Thank you so much. Everybody show love to Spark. And family, it's so good. Last night we were out looking for vehicles for my daughter, so I wasn't able to be here. A lot going on family-wise. I just want to be retired sometime. Boom nailed it. Say, hey, Betty Bob's and H-Town fam, when you have children, ain't no such thing as retirement. 66 say, blessed evening, H-Town family. And we feel the same way. And definitely so. Boom, nailed it. Our sister saying hi to him. San Diego Marine say, evening, H-Town vet, North Side. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, my brother, San Diego Marine 96. Benny speaking and everybody. Oh, man, this has been wonderful here. This is wonderful. And yes, indeed. Okay, so Spark say just applied to be a peer support in, I guess, Indiana on U.S. jobs. Wish me luck. Yes, indeed. We wishing you luck. I know somebody that's doing that, especially with the homeless, and that's really important thing. And we have Brother Charlton said, evening, H-Town, shipmate Betty Box, give you a hard time. Giving you a hard time. Oh, no, nah, she all right. She all right. You know, I say she all right. You know what I'm saying? She good people. She's been very supportive. And look what everybody's saying. They're saying, Spark, good luck. We wish you well on that job. Everybody show support to Spark for that job. Yes, indeed. Now, Greg say, what happened? What's happening in battle? So Gregory is in the house. Oh, yes, indeed. Gregory, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Say Grace. Hold on. I don't want to miss nothing. Let me make sure I didn't miss. Oh, I didn't skip something down. Give me a second. I'm so I moved something. Okay, I got it. Glacius. Okay, yes, indeed, Spark. And then we got Sean, my fellow Houstonian. Huh? Tell him don't nobody understand like us, Sean Duty. Sean BW. Tell him about it. Being a Houstonian and a Texas, but Houstonian in particular, it's a different type of thing. Tell them about it. Just because we pop a few caps in your way, that don't mean we don't love you. We might just be passionate. That's all. So we have Spark, everybody showing love to Spark, and then say that tea, that coffee. Yes, indeed. Bravo, 12 Bravo. Everybody showing love to Sean, who's look, Ronan in the house. Hey, family, Ronan. I apologize if I missed you on the last one. Then we have the mad researcher, always bringing that hot knowledge. And then we have Raider HQ in the room. Yes, indeed, brother. We appreciate you. This is an interactive live tonight. So if you want to come up, you can. I'm going to send you the link. If not, you can sit back and chill, but you sure welcome, because we're going to need you later on anyhow. Because of if you have time, we really want you to talk about clear up the stuff, because there's been a lot of confusion dealing with the court cases and dealing with these CMP exams and dealing with musculoskeletal issues, people thinking it applied to all disabilities, and you really clarified that issue in that recent court case. So let me see what we got here. Oh, wrong. Give me a second, fam. I get a little, you know me, H-Town. I get confused sometimes. Let me see here. But I'm glad y'all here. This is off night, and I want to apologize because I was planning on coming yesterday. Oh boy, family, y'all have been really on fire. The channel, y'all have really brought the channel, really brought it along here, and we really appreciate it. Raider, I sent it to you, so yeah. Oh, let me send it again, because you know me, Raider. I send it without the without the sorry about that. Get the second one. I'll send it without the message. You know me, I'll click something in a minute. All right. I think that's it right there. The second one, Raider. Sorry about that. Matter of fact, I'll put it in there. I'll put in there this one. So I do apologize about that. I be false flagging. H-Town be false flagging. Am I clickbaiting? When I'm sending links, is H-Town clickbaiting? And our brother Raider HQ say, evening all. Then he said, hello. So the topic for tonight, I say, what's the topic for tonight? We're going to cover 3 topics tonight. One in particular, the main one, 2 topics. The first one is this. And we're going to, we'll get to that. Let me finish the what's called. Let me see what I got this message here. It's going to be the topic. This one checkbox on a DBQ can freeze back pay, but can't take veterans' Second Amendment rights anymore. Huh? That's just like somebody saying I don't steal anymore. So we're gonna get into that, family. That's what it is, Raider. So you had a heads up, so you'll be prepared for whatever, you'll know what's up. Now listen, family. Let me see if I'm getting it right here. Everybody speaking. Oh, I'm caught up. Thank you. Let's see. He said, I'm down to talk. Okay, good. I can kind of skipped ahead. So, family, I want to apologize. I'm going to catch because y'all really greeting each other. So, and then boom, there say hello, H-Town. And I already read those. So let me get down here, family. All right, let me get it. And let me get down because I get disoriented. And I do apologize. How I keep missing that. We got Greg here. Everybody showing love. Let me catch these and we're going to move because I want to acknowledge y'all, family. It's important. This is an interactive live stream. And we got our brother coming up here. And let me see. Do I have to take something off? Oh, there you go. All right, indeed. Let me put my headset on. Yes, indeed. We got our brother Raider HQ in the house. What's going on, my brother? From another mother on my daddy's side.
Oh, jeez.
It's complicated. But what's happening, my brother?
Nothing much. Just, enjoying the winter wonderland that I'm experiencing currently. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on and answer questions and just kind of hang out with you.
Well, you noticed that's what I've been putting out. I've been out there putting up the surrender flag. I've been putting it out, say, hey, we need to know, because when we talked the last time, I wasn't really talking about the law case because you shocked me when you brought this up. I told him, this is one time, H-Town going to tell you, I don't know. We went over some of your video and one of your first videos, but yesterday you did the video and you broke it down. I mean, you flipped it, rubbed it down. You did it all. You understand what I'm saying? Smacked it. I ain't trying to get, my brother was on it. What motivated you to do that? Because you was tired of the misinformation or something you were saying.
Yeah, the first thing I need to say, and I need to do a video about this, is if I've said something nice about somebody on my channel, like I promote you, I promote the Salty Old Marine, the Salty Marine, even the Civ Div and whatnot.
Yes.
I'm never talking badly about anybody that I say nice things about. If their name has not escaped my lips before, that's they're in the category of potentially who I'm talking about. But man, there are some YouTubers out there that are not being responsible with the information. Like, this is a situation in which you can come out here and you can talk about the hard-hitting, it's scaring people. This is scaring people. This changes. And it's because they don't understand it. So rather than do the research, some people have decided to basically just like, there's fear mongering. And I wish people would stop using that term because they don't use it appropriately. Sometimes when people have to talk about challenging things, there's no way to say it like, hey, look, the volcano's exploding, but here's a cookie, type thing. Like, you can't, like, sometimes you've got to be responsible with the information and whatnot. You got to put it out there. But there were some people that were putting out just straight untrue statements.
And just straight up, just blatantly lying.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they were meant to stoke the fire, or they just want to feel, act like they was talking? Why would someone be so reckless, bro, in your opinion?
In my opinion, one thing is views. The other thing is credibility. Some individuals want to establish themselves as subject matter experts. You have to understand that our genre or our demographic of YouTube has to deal with the dissemination of information. And some people like to, they like to gain credibility during times of crisis. And, I've kind of talked about this beforehand, but that's where a lot of the divide between how the process really works and how people say it works in order to kind of get people hooked on this revolving door of, hey, look, I didn't tell you the wrong thing. The VA did the wrong thing, type. And they need people to be dependent upon them. It's very weird. I don't know. So that's why I kind of put it out. And also because nobody's hitting the nail on the head. I was even watching a very huge channel that's a law firm. Like they've got so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so law firm.
Yes.
And the video that I put out today is like, wait a minute. Because a lot of people were talking about Jones v. Shinseki. I don't know if you've heard about that. Have you heard about Jones v?
I heard the Fizeki part, so I've heard of the case, but I'm not as familiar.
Yeah. There's a few Shinsekis out there, but the one that they're talking about is the 2012 Shinseki one, in which they say, hey, look, the VA is not allowed to take the benefits that are like, you know how Ingram v. Collins talks about musculoskeletal conditions?
Yes. There
was a case back in 2012 that said basically the same thing for everyone, okay, for all the different body systems. The problem is that the VA never applied it. And I've proven it in my video today where I'm like, look, because I've had attorneys and whatnot come in, and I'm not talking about like the Salty Marine or Jim who have left very, very meaningful comments on my thing. I've had people actually direct message me on Facebook and whatnot and just basically tell me that I'm wrong and that, Jones v. Shinseki's, that's what's going to change. And I basically told them, and I did the video today about it, is that the thing that they're talking about with Jones v. Shinseki is that the VA cannot take the medications into account. Well, the problem is DBQs don't have two separate sections that say these are the symptoms with medication and these are the symptoms without medication. So because the DBQs don't do that and they don't instruct examiners to do that, Jones v. Shinseki has never been applied. It's not part of the rating process.
So are you saying not necessarily that it's a loophole how they get around it? It's just not anything that will come up because of the way the regulations are applied in a CMP exam?
I want to be as politically correct as I humanly can on this, but the VA or the court said, look, you need to do this right here, and you need to review for the veteran's disability without any use of medications. The VA went, fuck you, bitch, and then did their own thing. Okay. And never listened to them. And nobody, like everybody here, all these attorneys and whatnot, they're just sitting there going, hey, look, guess what? We won. And then the VA's like, yeah, sure you did. We're just never going to act on it. We're never going to utilize that court win that you've got. Like they don't even apply it ever. And I mean, I've done the job. I've done the job for a very long time. Nobody ever applies Jones v. Shinseki.
So my concern is this here, bro. That's what's my concern. The questions on the screen. If the VBA can change or ignore something that's in the 38 CFR at will, do disabled veterans have any rights or protections that can't be ignored?
Rules are only rules if they're agreed upon and both sides of the equation follow them.
Yes. This is the story of America.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, are you a law-abiding citizen? If I want to be. Like, I mean, like, so no. I mean, like, not to scare the shit out of people, but if Collins wants to change some shit, he can change some shit. He doesn't. Yeah. I mean,
rules are made to be broken, even by the people that's supposed to enforce them.
I'm not like, it's not supposed to be scary, but the 38 CFR is rarely supposed to change, right? You're supposed to have like a warm-up period to it. You're supposed to propose a change. You're supposed to do some things. Like major changes in the 38 CFR should be rare. The M21 manual, how they're interpreted, that can be changed all the time. But I don't agree with the way that Collins went about changing 38 CFR 4.10 in this recent change in February 17th. And then I've seen some other YouTubers that are like, hey, look, don't worry, guys. We have 60 days to provide comments. At which point in time, I'm like, what the fuck is that going to do? Where in that Federal Register entry did you think that Doug Collins was like, you know what? I'm going to be doing this, but I'm really on the fence about it. I need some veteran comments. He ain't going to, like, okay, I can't predict anything beyond the tip of my nose, but I will bet significant money that Doug Collins, after 60 days of hearing the veterans' comments, takes all those comments, pushes them straight into the trash can, and follows through with his original action on 2/17/2026.
Do we have an emperor situation here? What is it? What is this angst? What axe does he have to grind? Do he just want to be right? The need to be right? What is it?
Power and control. See, man, this is the thing. And I know I catch a lot of heat on this because people will come at me sideways and go, case law beats the VA. And I'm like, you don't know how this fucking works. And you honestly have never seen it when the bear wakes up, right? Because this is clever what they did, because they just rewrote the regulation that Ingram v. Collins was founded on. They just rewrote it and just took its teeth out from under it.
I've seen this happen. I can't think of examples where they would make a what did he say here? So he say, what Sean said. Go ahead. Now we because we're gonna interact with them here. So let me get that. Sean say, if the VA doesn't care about veterans' opinions, they're going to do whatever is in the best for the VA. That's kind of selfish.
We wouldn't have case law if this wasn't true, right? The VA's interpreting things its own way, and then veterans have to sue in order to pull the VA back towards the law. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, man. You got me on a heated topic, and I don't.
No, we're doing it. I already had this in. I told you these are two topics because we're gonna have to cover it. Now, we got Jack of Trade says, I'm service connected for it with 0%. Oh, they talking about something else.
Yeah, okay. Healthcare. Yeah.
Okay, strength in number veterans. What about the strength in numbers? Does that work? Can we pressure? Can we show up at town hall meetings and wag our finger in Dougie's face, Pastor Dougie's face?
Yeah, but we've got to be smart about it. If you're going to, like, here's my philosophy. Don't ask a question you don't already know the answer to. If you walk into a room and you do not understand what the problem is, you can't win the fight to change the outcome of it. See, that's the problem. You got YouTubers on here, even attorneys, that are going, this is going to change so much. Well, no, it's not, because currently we don't follow any of your regulations anyway. So what the hell does it matter? Like,
they don't understand from a veteran's perspective. They don't understand from the VBA's perspective. They don't understand how the monster is fed. And why I've heard them say stuff. I say that's quite naive. And I'm just a veteran, but they would say solid stuff and things. But what is it about their perspective as lawyers and legal teams that blinds them, in your opinion?
Okay. It has to do with the fact that beyond filing the claim, they don't know anything about how the internal process works. It's a big secret. It's a big secret, guys. That's why I started my channel, is because I'm like, holy shit, how the hell do you guys think that that's true? You know, because I correct stuff. And people have actually applied their claims, their evidence gathering and what I talk about with that. People have had very good outcomes with that. I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing like that, but I'm just saying that we've had a divergence with what is true and what people think is true, based upon the fact that the VA doesn't communicate with the overall veteran community. They allow them to think what's true. I don't know. It's annoying.
Would you go as far as Smoking Joe? He say the VA doesn't play fair. They play a real dirty game to meet their end goal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
God,
And
well, you gotta give the people hope. The other YouTubers are trying to give them hope. You just straight up, you give them the whiskey straight.
Okay.
No chaser, brother. Sugarcoat it.
Charlton, I want earmuffs. I want you to cover your ears for a second, Charlton. Okay, cover your ear. I'll have H-Town Vet raise his hand when it's time to take off the earmuffs. Okay, starting now. So the problem is, if you look at Philadelphia, where that employee did all those claims for the betterment of their regional office, not for the betterment of the veteran. We're already there. This weird ass speculation that, like, well, what happens when the VA stops putting the veteran first? Where's the evidence that they're putting the veteran first a lot of times? And I'm not being a disgruntled employee right now. I'm honest to God going, where's that? Demonstrate it to me.
Well, correct. They was less than 20% accuracy on those claims when they was rushing them through, and nobody broke a sweat. Nobody's. I don't know if Doug Collins has spoke out against it or spoke of reform or change.
No, they took it down to it being one individual rather than it can't be one individual, because they would have caught that behavior within 1 week. Because of Salesforce. The computer program called Salesforce logs every single claim that you do. If you get 100 times more claims done than all of your peers, that would be redlined on a daily report, let alone for the years that it was going on. So that was a condoned behavior. It had to be.
Now, Martin says VA is turning into the VB, Veteran Bad Administration.
See, I don't want it to be. And I don't think that, but it's one of those things where the VA is just sitting there going, wait a minute, I didn't change anything. And the legal side of the team is fine with this. Okay, cool. Now, some people will in my comment section, they'll say, well, yeah, well, guess what? That's why a lot of claims get won at the Board of Veterans Appeals. Yeah, because the VBA isn't playing by the same rules. They're not utilizing the rules the same way as the Board of Veterans Appeals. I can't, oh my God.
That's insane. That's insane. And where are the VA lawyers in all this? Are they whistling Dixie?
I don't know.
Where are these lawyers? We have to do a live stream, brother. Because a lot of y'all might know, the VA have lawyers. So where are they when all this is going on?
Oh, you mean the VA's lawyers? They don't.
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're playing favorites. They're on the VA's team. They're not on they are to make, see this. A lot of people, unless you've worked at the VA, you don't know how the VA works. The VA is a very scary place to work at times. I have worked for good VAs and I have worked for bad VAs. I have had to submit documents to a congressional report one time just because of bad VA behavior. And they go until they get caught. And then when they get caught, they try to find a scapegoat. And then whenever the scapegoat, then they go back to it. And then you wonder why, we've reformed. Okay, then why are you still doing the same thing you were doing a year ago?
Because we had a scapegoat that we could throw out on. And why aren't there more whistleblowers at the VBA? There's some whistleblowers when you have the VHA, the Veteran Healthcare Administration, that happened here in Houston. Some people told about the wait times. People were already dead by the time it was time for the appointment.
Yeah, but guess what happens? The squeaky wheel gets the hammer. Okay? Now, I can't prove this. And this, actually, I want to be careful how I say this because this might dox me.
Go ahead, brother.
I know of situations where providers had their licensures attacked. Not 10 specific attacks, but hundreds of specific individual attacks against their licensure for saying things, for doing things, for like the VA is a spiteful X. Okay, like if you're on your way out, you grab what you can and you leave. Like there's a reason. Like, and I'm not disgruntled. I'd go back in a heartbeat if the environment changed. I would. I'd go back to being a Raider.
And what is the main thing about the environment that made you leave being a Raider, Raider HQ? What is the go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now I say, what is that the one or two things that really just said, you know what? I'm not, I can't do this anymore.
It's a culmination of different things, but it has to do with the fact that you have people that are doing the wrong thing and failing upwards. You have people with 100% quality that you have to fix their errors every single day, but they have 100% quality. You have people that are so horrible at the job that they find them a different job that gives them a raise. I've never understood it. It's very weird.
It's the American system. They don't get fired, they get transferred. This is something we've known in our culture for years, trust me. And I didn't know the VA was this. It seemed like a quiet organization to an extent. But man, this is a real Payton's place, a real Knots Landing. I'm dating myself, a real Dallas, man. This is kind of drama? Where's the go ahead?
It's Game of Thrones a lot of the time because people like that's why I like being a Raider is because you don't have to interact with many people. But oftentimes what you'll see is people who are in positions that they have no business being in that are very self-conscious because they don't have the skills to retain the job that they have. So they'll project it onto other people, right? They'll be short with other people. It's very weird. But I mean, the organization is the organization. It's been the same way since whatever. However, on the veteran side of it, because the VA doesn't share much information with the veteran community, because you don't get to see behind the curtain, you never know what's going on.
Well, that's in the Wizard of Oz. So as my brothers say here, the VA rules are illusionary. That's kind of scary.
They're not illusionary, right? Like a rule is fine until it's not, as evidenced by 38 CFR 4.10. If you look at the Federal Register as to what the problems were with why he wants to change it or why he did change it, none of that had to do with it's best for the veteran. Do you notice that, right? Like it never said in that Federal Register that we're doing what is best for the veteran. It's, I don't want 350,000 claims getting added to the backlog because it'll make me look bad.
It's a numbers game?
It always has been.
Oh,
that man always talks about the numbers. He doesn't talk he'll walk through a hospital at a sprint,
Yeah.
But he doesn't actually appear to, what does good care look like? Well, has he ever asked any of us? Have you been asked? Has any of these veterans in this comment section here in the chat ever been asked by the VA what you want to see from your care? No. I haven't. At least I guess I can't attest to everybody else. But in my opinion, I don't know. Go ahead.
I want to ask who in any type of leadership or representation for veterans ask us anything? When the last time has the American Legion asked us anything? When is the last time has Congress asked us anything to veterans? I mean, it would be a very great thing for them to talk to you as a retired Raider. And on March the 1st, I think he's gonna have his celebration. I better all go over there. That's a plug. But listen,
I'm gonna try. It might be March the 2nd. I don't know. I might have to move it.
Stay tuned. But if you were to go there, why wouldn't they listen to someone that did the work every day? They don't want to hear it. What is all these people that's supposed to represent us, but they won't talk to us?
Because the people at the top, perception is reality, the emperor's new clothes. Why would you let some peon nobody tell you anything? Like they don't care about what we have to say at all. They don't care. Like Okay. Let me actually say something very, very truthful.
Go ahead.
If the VA gave a fucking shit about anything that we, the frontline staff, have ever had to say, we would not have it to where for 7 fucking years on the AES survey, which is a yearly survey that's meant to kind of gauge what's going well and what's not going well with the VBA, that communication wouldn't be in the top 3 and training be in the top 3 things as to what the hell people are complaining about. Communication and training.
So what do they do with the surveys that they give you if they're not listening to? Does he throw them in the garbage too?
So here's what typically happens. So they get the AES survey. They go, look, we're down 7%. We're on this. Do you feel like you are racially targeted at your job? Do you feel like, we get all these things in there. We get all these questions. And the VA has a union, Martin. That's the problem. It's that they have a union, and I'm pro-union, but they've taken all the teeth away from the union to where you can't fight anything anymore. But
we'll talk to you later, Ronan. Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
But I forgot what I was saying because I saw what Martin said. But the AES survey, technically, what they do is they'll make a few suggestions to check a box that they made a few suggestions to improve the communication. Like, what was one thing that they did for us? They did sensing sessions. So we had these sensing sessions where we could actually tell our leadership what was wrong at the frontline staff level. Guess how long that fucking lasted?
How long?
3 weeks. And then they stopped doing it because holy shit, they did not want to hear what we had to say.
What was their explanation for not what was their explanation why they stopped it?
No, they don't have to tell us anything. They don't give a shit about. Once again, you fall back on the lack of communication, which is why we complained about it on the AES survey. There's no accountability, right? Like there's never any accountability. There's no, hey, we'll get back to you.
Oh, it's like, hey, you're happy, right? Oh, yeah. You say you've
got a job, right? Like, that there's 10 other people here that would love to have your job because it's a 6-figure job. So why don't you take those 6 figures? Yeah, you need to be grateful. You helping the veterans. Are you not veteran centric?
Ooh.
And motherfucker.
That's gaslight.
No, somebody said that to me one time. And I said, you know what? Of the two of us, I am a fucking veteran and I served my fucking country. And you can shove that so far up your ass. You ever say that to me again, we will have a problem. Don't ever call me non-veteran centric.
Did they know you were a veteran?
No, they didn't know. See, that's the problem. They don't care. Like we had one really good, I don't want to dox myself. We had one really good director that knew all of our faces and all of our names. They left. And once they left, it just all went to hell. But there was a good time. Like none of it's all bad, right? Like it's like the military itself. You know how you had good times in the military and you had bad times in the military type thing? It's like that. But that's the frustration, is the communication.
Okay.
Now, my personal experiences, you can't generalize my personal experiences to the entirety of the VA. But the one thing you can generalize is the AES survey results. You can, and it's communication all the time because they don't care.
And the fact that they don't acknowledge them or they just stop it. Now, Ginger House, thank you for being here. It's all about the money. They don't want to give those who make sacrifices anything. Now, I wonder who the ones that make sacrifices. Now you say, oh, look, we got BN says, I'm just waiting for my claim to be withdrawn. Who's going to withdraw your claim?
Oh, sometimes that's an intentional thing that veterans will do. Like, let's say that you claimed something like I claimed sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. And let's say that the VA accidentally, for whatever reason, also raised your PTSD to issue and started sending it to an exam. You can, at that point in time, withdraw the PTSD and say, hey, look, I never intended to claim that. Please withdraw that, remove that from my claim. I'm not claiming an increase on my PTSD.
Oh, okay. So you can withdraw. Okay.
Yeah, you can withdraw conditions from a claim, and you can also withdraw the claim itself if need be.
See, so if you withdraw a claim, and you have a claim you put in for, and it's secondary to, let's say, PTSD, and you don't want them looking at your PTSD, you can withdraw the claim.
Yes, you can withdraw the claim for PTSD. So it's not the claim itself, but it's the claim for PTSD, whatever the condition is.
Okay, so that thing that they're reopening and they want to look at, you can still keep the first one open. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned something new. Say, might have to be repeat of 1932. What happened, Sean, in 1932? And he said they're agreeing with you. BN is agreeing with you. I did. Okay. And we have Texas Mountaineer in here, as Colonial Nathan R. Jessup said. Okay. Oh, Colonel Nathan Jessup. Oh, on a few good men. Okay, yes. I didn't forgot his first name. Now, I want to ask you this here, brother. I'm getting concerned. Is the VA becoming sharks themselves? Or are they
Oh my gosh. That image.
What's up? I'm just asking because this is kind of getting scary to me because we thinking, okay, the claim sharks are out here over here, but we come to the safe beach. Is the VA about to get us? So who? If there may not be changing the rules to necessarily harm us, but they're changing them based on what makes them feel satisfied or comfortable. Couldn't that have an indirect effect on us?
Well, I mean, yeah. So technically it can. If you start changing, the more rules that you change based upon internal motivation rather than the motivation of doing the best for the veterans, yes, anything like that, you'll start to diverge from, well, maybe we're not supporting the veterans the way they need to be supported.
Okay.
And it's just, and to me, it's frustrating because you can't please all the people all the time, right? So any change, some people will like it, some people won't, right? But once again, go ahead.
Do we need a million veteran march? He say 17,000 veterans marching on DC and camping out in protest, says Sean. What do you say?
I think once we figure out and we get every veteran on the same page with this is what this really fucking means, then we can decide whether or not it's good or bad. But see, that's that miscommunication thing that the VA loves, because if they start putting out really wonky ass information all over the place, you start dividing the veteran community into 5 different groups. I agree with it. I kind of agree with it, but I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it and I disagree with it, and I just disagree with it, right? Like it's convoluted.
If the law, some of the law firms are confused, apparently we can be confused too, right?
Well, yeah, no, that's the alarming thing where I'm looking around going, guys, wait a minute. You don't know that we're not doing that. That's okay with you? Because I'll tell you what, I didn't know about Jones v. Shinseki until it was brought up to me. Then I read Jones v. Shinseki and I laughed because I'm like, we don't do that. There ain't nowhere in the process that we do that, and you can't show it to me.
But it's case law.
But it's case law. Yeah. It's a CVAC or whatever it is. I mean, somebody's going to like pull that out and go, ha ha, gotcha, bitch. And I'm going to go, ha ha ha. Yeah, we don't do that.
So
nobody does that.
So the paper is no more valuable than toilet paper. Wow. This is crazy.
Oh, and it makes the lawyers feel good though, man. And that's why, like, sometimes people will they'll quote case law in their claims. And I've said this since day one. Please don't quote case law. Nobody gives a shit about case law. Nobody that's working your claim gives a shit about that case law because we're not instructed to care about it. It's not
Now,
put into the DBQ. It's not put into the M21. There's nowhere for us to care about it.
so I want you to clarify for those that may not fully clear. Case law, you talking about cases where veterans have won
Yes.
and using that to win your claim. Now that probably you probably, like you say, that might be counterproductive or not be ignored altogether. What about if you quote something in the M21 manual saying that they should consider the whole medical record because that's part of the law, and you say, well, this CMP examiner did not consider the whole medical record?
How do you know?
Mm.
See, that's why my videos have purpose, right? That's why I said you've got to look at the exam request. What evidence was given to the examiner? If the evidence wasn't given to the examiner, and you can prove it by the exam request not showing all the evidence, then yeah, you've got them. You know, you've got a higher level review. You've got a very solid case. It's great, but
which one you think they're trying to? Are they trying to do either of these? Would you agree? Charlton say VA doing a shark attack to confuse and demoralize. What do you think they're doing? Just trying to discourage us from getting into their wheelhouse of what they're doing? We got this over here. Just go back, business as usual.
Look, I don't have any papers to back this up, but to me, this is a power play. This is Doug Collins telling the VBA and the CAVC or whatever it is, you sit down when you pee. I'm running this. I'm the big dog here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You have no power over me. And if you want to play with it, I'll change the 38 CFR to where I start readjusting some wild shit that you don't want readjusted. Fuck with me and fuck around and find out. That's what this is. And then I saw in one of those three named law firm things, it's going to the Supreme Court of the Zone. Nobody gives a shit because he can change it. He can change the 38 CFR. There's nothing that you can do about it. You can't make him not. Like, you have no power and authority over him. Stop looking strong when you have, it's like, I don't know. It's very weird.
Huh. They say, smoking say they shift focus like a shifted magician. Sorry for the late. Wow.
That's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's weird. Wow. That's real deep. I say, get him, Raider HQ. And that's why is he dismissive when he go before the hearings? He's not even prepared. Does he really care?
Have you seen him at the hearings?
Yes.
I mean, he gets pissed off. I mean, he is so quick to anger. Okay. So keep that in mind. Look at how he presents. He is not that deep of a personality. Okay. If you anger him, he is angry. He will fight back. He has an agenda. He is steering the ship in a certain direction. And if you veer that ship off, he doesn't like Ingram v. Collins for the reasons that he stated. And it has nothing to do with whether or not it's better for the veterans or not better for the veterans. That man actually put in that Federal Register, it would cost too much.
Is that even a legitimate argument? That's a legitimate reason?
No.
What is he talking about?
I pointed out because, and it makes me want to pull up the Federal Register right now.
Pull it up.
He, let me try to find it. I got it on one of my videos. So he talks in the Federal Register, and I'm paraphrasing currently, but he talks in there about how, let me try to pull it up.
Look at it. Try to pull it up, and I'll read this. They say, Jack of all trades say, I'm in the middle of the VBA changing to decrease one of my ratings from 30 to 10% from me filing for TDIU. So I am using the argument of no change in ordinary life. So you have evidence. What's your evidence of no change in ordinary life? I never heard that.
Another VBA change. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Really
I had never. Okay, we're going to get to your Big Rock, but yeah. Now we have so just put it out there and I'm gonna pull it up. Let me get a new person that's 60 eye watch and say I made 4,600 bi-weekly until I became ill from sarin gas. I was exposed to it. I don't know when you were exposed. Thanks to our government, and now I can only make 3,900 a month. What the f? Not a living wage, and they made me sick. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let me pull this up while y'all doing that there. Let's get this on the screen.
Correct.
Let me see. All right. Now,
so
what we got,
this right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want what we got here. You about to tell me. Because this is what I really appreciate you doing this because it helped me. Go ahead.
So this is the, let me go up here. This is the Federal Register for this impact of medication, right? It's what went into effect on 2/17/2026. One of the facets of this is that Doug Collins, by use of this Federal Register, says that the case law invites medical speculation in trying to guess what a veteran's symptoms might be without the medication. Where I wag my finger at Doug Collins is there are 3 questions that are given to the examiner for Ingram v. Collins, right?
Mm-hmm.
The third and final question, and let me try to pull it up here on my thing. The third and final question has to do with whether or not the examiner, if it's just mere speculation. So, like if the examiner believes, like if they can't prove it with evidence, then they have to say no to Ingram v. Collins. So,
and we're talking about the effects of the medication. So if he's trying to hypothesize what affects theorize what effects the medication will have on the veteran when they're not in that CMP exam, is that what you're talking about?
Correct. So if they have to speculate what it is, then you cannot give any kind of benefit via the Ingram v. Collins. Like you can't use it if the examiner speculates.
But would that be their educated guess or opinion that's like a prognosis? You can't do like a prognosis, like how the future, let's just say if they're not looking how it has happened, and I'm just grasping for straws here. What about, well, in my medical opinion, this will continue to get worse.
So I'm going to put this in the chat. But these are the questions that, let me try here. These are the questions. Oops, I'm 700 and something characters over. Maybe I'll just share my other screen.
Share your other screen. No problem. No problem.
Let's go here with it. This is going to be my channel, guys, so I apologize.
Apologize for what? We pulled your channel up the last time. Go ahead and pull the channel up, brother. We got no problem. Okay, man, that video you did, that's the beast right there, that last one.
So here's my channel, and it's probably hard to see. I'll try to make it bigger.
And I'm going to take us off the screen so that we can see the whole thing. That's it right there.
So this is what was sent to the examiners, right? Like accordingly, when determining a disability evaluation for any musculoskeletal assigned diagnostic code under the musculoskeletal criteria, the examiner must review the following. The veteran takes medication prescription for non-prescription. The medication relieves the disability. The medication relieves or reduces the disability severity. Is it possible to evaluate the severity of symptoms as if the veteran were not taking the medication without resorting to mere speculation?
That's the key right there, brother. That's the key. Please elaborate on that if you don't mind.
So what that means is if the examiner has to guess as to whether or not under Ingram v. Collins, the medication does in fact make the range of motion better, then if they have to guess to see what the range of motion would be without the medication because there's no evidence to show that, then they have to mark no to question 3, and you cannot get the benefit of Ingram v. Collins. So oh, go ahead. I think you want to say something.
No, don't take it off. That makes it null and void.
Exactly. So because it makes it null and void, I wag my finger at Doug Collins when he says that it puts the examiners at this thing where they're going to speculate. He does this false dilemma because his own guidance to the examiners rules out speculation. They can't apply Ingram v. Collins to situations where speculation, they'd have to resort to speculating. So in the Federal Register, he cites the fact that the examiners would have to speculate as one of the reasons why he's taken it away. And I'm like, that makes no sense, bro. Like, it doesn't. I don't know. Does that make sense to everybody? Are you guys?
It makes sense, but what's confusing me is you're trying to say Pastor Dougie would do something that would contradict himself. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it makes sense if you never let the veteran see the actual language that gets given to the examiners.
Oh, so he never talks about the exact language that's given to the examiner. He very seldom even talk about examiners. He'll just talk about evaluations and claims.
Yeah. And I got this from a CMP examiner. But this language here.
Oh, the language, how they did it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then so basically what it is, the VA already accounts for speculation and considers that. So when they proposed Ingram v. Collins, it actually legitimately approached this for the examiners to where unless they could prove it and then point to the evidence that they used to prove it, it couldn't be applied. Then Doug Collins comes along and goes, well, we're not going to implement it because it would cause them to have to speculate. It's just not true. It's disingenuous to say that as a potential argument as to why we shouldn't be activating or utilizing Ingram v. Collins.
It's a bad faith argument.
It is. And he knows better because this is approved by him. This language is approved by him. He knows better. And that's how, that's some of the things where I'm like, is the VFW going to run up into a congressional meeting and pull this out and go, hey, look, why are you saying this when this is actually something that you utilize in your own, these are the special language that gets included with the examinations.
So they're going to bite the hand that feeds them, right? Now, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. So now I want you to answer that. They're going to bite the hand that feeds them because many of the people, they work and they come up, their job is to go up to Senate hearings all the time and they live in DC. So it's like that, they with the Veteran Foreign Wars, I'm speaking of one in particular, but they live, this is their life going up there saying, we're here for the veteran. So if you're there for the veteran, why don't you speak for the veteran when serious things threaten what our claims and our benefits? Go ahead.
I mean, look, it's okay to be the advocate of somebody, but if you don't know what's going on, you can't advocate for anyone. So this right here, what the language is, what the 3 questions are that are given to the examiners, they don't have access to that. They don't know about that. I mean, they would have to actually go into VBMS, look up a DBQ that applied to Ingram v. Collins and see the specialty language, but they're not going to do that. Yeah. Right? And that's what the VA loves that. Okay, because they get to, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? Type thing. If nobody knows what's going on and they don't dive deeper into what the process is, the VA can their perception is reality.
So what is the mission of these veteran service organizations if it's not to properly advocate for veterans and adapt to changes that might harm veterans or cause confusion?
I don't know. I mean, because once the paperwork's filed, the VSOs have no say in anything, right? And I get that there's different things. There's the VSOs that help file claims, And then there's an advocacy portion of each of these things. And I think that they do pretty good job on advocating for like the Richard Starr Act and whatnot. But
Right.
the problem is that when there is one, they have a blind side. Everyone has a blind side, and it appears to be how the process really works.
Okay, right. Now, Ginger House says, so does it work the same if the veteran just stopped taking the meds before the CMP exam? That is very scary.
Look,
don't do that.
Look, Ginger House, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this up front. Number one, do not do that. I do not condone that. I don't think H-Town Vet condones that. Please do not do this, okay? What I'm telling you is that the change in 4.10 doesn't change how claims were done on the 16th of February versus the 17th of February to any other claims other than musculoskeletal. So, have veterans been stopping? Have veterans stopped taking their medications before CMP exams? I don't know. Go look at hypertension. I've been rating for years, and you'll see it to where veterans will be at like 130/80, and then, you know, pretty consistently, and then they'll, like 2 weeks beforehand, they'll start like, oh, I'm 165, 170/90 type thing.
Wow.
And then afterwards you can see, because claims typically take longer than the CMP examination. So if the veteran goes back to their doctor, guess what? They're back to that 130/80 again. So you can kind of see it. It happens, guys.
But that's a dangerous game to play.
It is a dangerous
with your
game.
life. But is this desperation to show, I'm going to show them, but you might be showing yourself in a casket?
Exactly. And what are you going to get from it? 10%? You go from 0 to 10? I mean, what roulette game are you playing? Like,
now,
go ahead.
Go ahead. The objective is what? Go ahead.
I was going to say that the objective conditions like sleep apnea, where you have to have a test to prove it, or asthma, I have to have a test to prove how severe my asthma is. Not taking the medication, a lot of the times those don't, I mean, it can change a little bit, fair enough. But a lot of the times subjective, like mental health.
Yes.
Mental health is still subjective. Take your medicine, guys. Like, I don't know. It's no different. No changes have happened. The same way the claims were rated on the 16th of February is the same way that they'll be rated on the 17th, 18th, 19th, and moving forward. And same with migraines, guys. Migraines, it's the same. Medication doesn't affect migraines. But this is an interesting question here.
Which one is that? The one we got here. So we got Benny G says, so far there is 1.94K comments on interim ruling of 38 CFR 4.71. The VA is legally required to read and respond to every, hold on, let me see what that is. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought that was my family. Respond to every sustained and unique comment before finalizing the ruling. Make sure to comment, because Doug Collins must acknowledge.
Doug Collins does not give a flying fuck. He will have every single one of those fucking comments just be like, fuck you, bitch, and whatever. I mean, it will be like, I have not ever read a I do not give a shit what you think more Federal Register entry than that. I'm not being mean to you, Benny, by the way, but I'm just saying there could be a million comments on there. They're going to pay somebody near minimum wage to go in there and just answer comments randomly and tell you nonsense, essentially saying, we do what we want. It's the E4 mafia. I do what I want. And that's what it is. You will not sway Doug Collins on this. At no point in time in that Federal Registry entry, he said, we have to do this now because of these reasons. He does not give a shit about anything else, because he never even mentioned the well-being of the veteran in that deposition thing, in that legal requirement. He doesn't care. Somebody sued him and won, and that got under his skin.
Oh, that happened? Or you are
I'm
speculating?
speculating. I'm speculating that
Something happened.
that something got under his skin about having them sue and reverse his course. Like when he's in charge, he likes to be in charge. He doesn't like it when somebody else is calling the shots for him.
You know what I got a problem with him with that. This is what upsets me about that, bro. When it comes to advocating for us, this man is MIA. He's hold on, I'm sorry, bro.
You almost got it. You almost got it. I mean, I saw
it. Yeah. Oh, hold on, let me get that. Man, this thing. Hold on. When it's time to, it's like
when the Washington Post came at us. Where was Doug Collins? I expected him to be at the forefront with like blue face paint on and an axe in his hand, like, Braveheart, like, for my people. And he was going to go marching on the Washington Post. I mean, just crickets. But you talk about his numbers. Don't be talking about his numbers. You keep those numbers out your mouth. You don't be talking about his numbers.
I did a video like that. I did the video where they criticized us in the Washington Post. They attacked us. And he only responded when they attacked him. Yeah. When they talked about him, something, what was it? Something dealing with the numbers or something. Oh, he got all upset.
Yeah. The backlog. How dare you? And I don't want to make an enemy of him. I just wish I want Pastor Dougie and not used car salesman Dougie. That's what I want. And Dougie does have a quota. He's got to look good. He can't have anything negative on his resume.
Hold on. Oh, he worried about himself. He worried about it's all it's how it affects him first. Where you think it is? If the top 3 priorities of his, where do veterans fall? Let's say anywhere on that. In your opinion, I know it's something to think about.
I honestly don't know, because when he goes before congressional hearings, like every single time, it's like, hey, look, 6 months ago, we asked you for something. You haven't gotten it to us. I will get it to you tomorrow. 6 months later, it'll be like, hey, look, 6 months ago, we asked you for the thing that we wanted 6 months before that. Where is that? I will get it to you tomorrow. He does not care.
Yeah, because they asked him, they say, and he kept looking back. And I remember the one sentence said, why are you looking back at them? He said, we sent you a prepared report of what we wanted. He say, this is not rocket science. We told you what we wanted. And he just looking back. And he's like,
and also, like, he doesn't, like, when he sends the report, they're like, I got something that's on this Post-it note that has half of it is it's like a store grocery list, and then you put a couple of words on here about the VA. Like, he doesn't even give them credible, like, what I would say precedent setting, or precedent compliance level of responses. Like, he doesn't respond the way he's supposed to. He gives them the most vague, like, dismissive answers ever in writing.
Yeah, and it's like in writing, not
yes.
Wow. Charlton say the VA will be sorry. Charlton, why is that? What? Why would they be sorry? Say, yes, veterans will stop taking meds for truth. So this is coming up. Charlton said this, and also Benny. What can we do to try to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, my thing is to educate veterans that there is no change. If the VA wasn't following Jones before 2/17/2026, putting language into 410 to say that they're not going to follow Jones moving after February 17th doesn't matter. So that's the thing that people need to consider, is they need to ask themselves, was Jones v. Shinseki being applied before the change? A lot of people will go, yes. The attorneys will go, yes. I go, no, because there's literally nothing on the DBQs that gives any evidence to utilize for Jones v. Shinseki. There's no, what are the symptoms with medicine and what are the symptoms without medicine? You can pull up any DBQ and that's never discussed.
They say, James G say, how does it work for migraines? If you go in there and you're not showing, you're not having a migraine attack right
then it goes based upon corroboration. When you say certain things, the examiner has to go back into your medical records and corroborate it. How often are you seeking treatment for your medicine, for your migraines? Are you unable to do normal daily activities because of the migraines? I can't drive. Yeah, no, whenever I have a migraine, I can't drive. I can't do the laundry. I can't do the dishes. I can't do anything. And that's me personally. Whenever I have a migraine, I have to go lay down because I can't engage in anything. I have brain fog so hard that I'm just kind of staggering around and I'm dangerous, right? Like I shouldn't be even talking half the time.
Right. Yeah, sorry to hear that, brother.
Well, I mean, I think we're a community of people that deal with our own personal disability demons, and somebody's always got it worse than me.
And it's Big Rock says some people are desperate enough, sad. They are desperate enough to not take the medicine to get the attention. Now, what you have anything else you need me to pull up? Go ahead.
Okay, some people are desperate enough to not take the medication. Also, some people are not educated, and I mean this in the most nicest way. They're not educated to how the process works to know whether or not taking or not taking the medication will change the outcome of their rating.
Get into it, brother.
Like some people, like one of the most common things that I've read on my comment section is, well, if I don't take my mental health meds, okay, find me in the 38 CFR where it says that taking meds affects anything. It's based upon your symptoms. If you have symptoms X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z equals 70%, then you're getting 70%. Doesn't matter what meds you're on. You could be on everything.
Well, they're making the assumption that if I don't take my medications, my symptoms will become more pronounced. My symptoms will be more severe.
Yeah. That's true. How you present at the examination is 95% of the outcome.
Don't tell them that, because then they ain't gonna want to take. So this is confusing, because just because you don't take your medicine, that's a dangerous thing, especially with somebody with PTSD. I'm confused, brother.
Those are the rules since 2012.
Yes, indeed.
It hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. Yeah.
Tell them the only thing that has changed, that it's not changing for any other condition. All the rules have stayed the same.
Yes.
Just for one set of conditions. And you brought this up, brother, to be real clear. Let me get it right here. Let me see where I got it.
There are 15 different body systems.
Yes.
And 14 of those body systems were not affected by Ingram v. Collins. It is business as usual for the other 14 body systems. Musculoskeletal conditions, those are the only ones that are reverting back to the way it was before Ingram v. Collins.
So it's going back to the way all the other ones are rated anyway.
Correct.
So nothing's changing but what you see on the screen. Musculoskeletal system. That's it. The other systems will remain the same. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you telling us, and I apologize, that it's going to be things that deal with the bones,
muscles and bones,
and that's
and joints.
It.
Yep.
And joints. So
and you won't even notice.
Is it really dealing with the range of motion? Is this really getting to it? Why the focus on the range of motion?
Because that's primarily how pain is a minimum 10%, except for shoulders, which the minimum is 20% for shoulder joints.
Hold on. I want you to get to that. Now you say shoulder joints are 20%?
20% minimum rating for shoulder joints, for the musculoskeletal joints, yes.
It would have to be bilateral? It'd have to be bilateral?
No, just one shoulder. If you get a shoulder service connected under 5201, It's 20% minimum.
So
Full send.
Is it possible to get 20% for one shoulder and 20% for the other?
Correct, sir.
And would it work like the knees, or where you actually getting the 20% and you're not using VA math? Is that true or not?
Well, I mean, it's 20%, and then you add them together, and then VA math happens, but it's 20 and 20, you know. But, you know, if you look at 5201, it's a minimum 20%. Same thing, like there's minimum, other conditions have minimum percentages that are higher than 20% too, like any kind of radiculopathy in the upper extremities. So like, you know, a lot of those for the upper, lower, and middle radicular groups, those have a minimum 20%. There's a few things that have it, but musculoskeletal, the only one that's different is the shoulder, and the shoulder has a minimum 20%. Everything else gets 10% for pain. So if you have painful motion, everything gets 10% minimum typically, for joints at least, and then shoulders get 20.
Is that because the need of the shoulders are more? You're dealing with more muscles, because it's so much more that you're going to have much more pain. But that 20% is for pain, correct? Or the range of motion?
Just painful motion.
Painful motion. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, the musculoskeletal conditions to be rated higher than that for joints have to do with range of motion. So guess what's excluded? The feet. The feet do not have a range of motion rating for any foot condition. So the feet were excluded from Ingram v. Collins because there was no range of motion issue.
Okay, hold on. What about, so the feet, but not the ankle?
The ankle is a joint in which you can have 10 or 20%. The wrist was also excluded from Ingram v. Collins because it has a maximum rating of 10%. So because,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Back to the feet. Your toes can move. What about the range of motion of your toes?
Toes aren't rated.
You can
unless
get
they're
pain
amputated.
Wow. You can get pain in your toes though, can't you?
You can, but that would be rated under other foot conditions.
Like arthritis.
Well, not like arthritis. It would be, you're going to make me look it up.
Sorry.
The toes never get individually rated.
We learned something new tonight. And everybody thank Raider. Let me read this here. So 60 Eye Watcher says, and thank you for being here, 60, says, no medication helped me, not even to sleep. Been on 37 different scripts for chronic combat PTSD, and I'm done with pills. Oh,
yeah.
Is it?
It can happen.
Wow. What if the medications ain't working? Can they go on the CMP exam and say, hey, this stuff is not working for my pain or my PTSD?
It doesn't matter.
Mm.
Do you have anxiety? Yes or no? Do you have depression? Yes or no?
That's it.
It's check boxes. H-Town, my video on how things are rated. They're just literally the raters going in and checking boxes. They're literally check boxes.
But now, the boxes can change, can have a dramatic effect on the veteran's claim. Go ahead.
They can, but you just have to convince the examiner as to what boxes your symptoms check. Now, for range of motion, yes, the examiner will put in a degrees in there. So if it's like 180 degrees is the maximum and you can only move your arm 90 degrees, then guess what? The rater's going to put in 90 degrees. They're going to copy and paste what the examiner said into VBMS.
Okay.
And that's how, like, honest to God, that's how it works. I mean, it can be rather frustrating.
And so raters can see the VA records above what we already submit to get the CMP exam.
They can see everything. The raters can. The raters can see everything. Like they have absolute authority over everything. Charlton, I said earmuffs. Okay, I said earmuffs. He raised his hand. We un-earmuffed you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to trigger you, Charlton.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Charlton. I should have put Raider. Say yes, thank you, Raider HQ. Say thank you, Raider HQ, but not for the Philadelphia story.
Yeah. I hate to bring it up, but it's the best example of how the VA works. And when they get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, then they just say, oops, it was this one employee that just went incredibly insane and nobody noticed. I mean, they'll actually go with the narrative of everyone's incompetent. And that's fine with them as long as they don't get in direct trouble.
Okay. Now, Bro Typist says, knee is 10%. My knee is permanently swollen. What about toes and gout? Can you get
toes
a rating?
Don't get rated. Gout? No.
Not even gout?
No. Here, I'll share
Ain't no way around it. Okay, no way around it. Let me know. If you want, whatever you need me to share
this here. Okay. So this right here is the foot. Okay. These are all the different rating codes for the foot. Plantar fasciitis, flat foot. You got weak foot, like foot drop type thing, bilateral.
Yes.
Claw foot. Now claw foot is where the toes, all toes towards the dorsiflexion. So the toes, if you have claw foot count.
Okay.
Metatarsalgia can be painful at the end of the toes type thing, but it's a specific Morton's disease type thing that you have to have. Maximum. Okay. It's under unilateral or bilateral.
10%.
You've got hallux valgus, hallux rigis, hammer toe. Okay, that's a thing, but even hammer toe, if you have single toes that are hammer toe, it's 0%. All toes are...
When you say hammer toe, like the flattening of the toe?
It's a specific disability. Hold on 1 second. I have to
handle your business. Go ahead. And I'm gonna catch up on some of these. You go ahead and do what you do. Now, fam, I'm gonna catch up on some of your statements. So I appreciate y'all patience. Family, I've been waiting for Raider. That's why we're going into this information, because this is some things I needed clarification on. I told y'all that on the last one. And thank y'all. The last live stream, we were up to how many people? We were up to, we had a 1,000, we broke a record, 1,100 and so many views on that video by the end of it. Thank you. And say Raider is a washed up, what Raider? Whoa, he gonna defend
I am a washed up Raider. Yep.
No, wait, Hermit, no, Moonster, PTSD.
Nope. It's an honest assessment, guys. You should just hear the gibberish that comes out of my mouth. I never support anything that I say. Yep, I'm just washed up. I've got to come to terms with it, H-Town. I got to come to terms with it.
But you have this knowledge and you skill. You're not washed up. You might be washed down. You're diluted somewhat, but you're all right. Listen, Teddy Bruschi say, I am rated for, what is that? Not
hallux valgus.
What in the world is that? 10% each foot. Never heard of it. I got to pull that back up. What you got?
Isn't that hallux valgus bunions?
You just had it right there. You just had it. Something hallux valgus.
Yeah, it's bunions. I want
unilateral severe. Okay. And what you get rated on that? 10% or?
Yeah. It's just 10%.
Okay.
But it's going to be 0% like most of the time, because 10% you have to be severe with the equivalent of an amputation of the great toe. Like nobody has that. Operated with resection of metatarsal head. Almost nobody has that. So it's going to be 0%. So Teddy had to have an extreme situation.
Now, let me see. Our brother say he's saying that the dogs are tearing up. The dogs are tearing the house up. What's wrong?
No, I find it funny that Herman says that Raider HQ, you aren't that smart as you act.
What?
Well, I'll take that as a compliment, sir.
If he can put on that bigger show, I mean, prove him to be wrong, my brother. Okay. And let's see. Oh, he said, "No, I don't know." Like I said, that everybody handle their business. We don't know who's who because
it's fine. I mean,
yeah, you be taking them direct body blows, man. I don't know how you do it. I'm sensitive, man.
I know. It's fine. I mean, I get it. I know it's kind of a joke because
you say I'm just
you can
messing
tell.
with you.
Yeah, you can tell when somebody has an actual tone with it, but it's. And here's the thing: I'm not the end all be all person. I never want to be. I want you guys to go out and check out other people like H-Town Vet. I want you guys to check out the Salty Old Marine. I want you guys to collaborate. I want the veteran community to fact fucking check everything. So that way, now that's my guy. He tells me everything.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want
the
you
problem.
guys to be like that.
They don't like that you do. Some people you irritate them because you're messing up the hustle. Because you actually, they want you to be a raider that comes here with your nose up and you're just sitting here listening. You don't know what you're talking about. I was on the inside. He doing like who did that? Is that like Alec Baldwin do that little? He has this thing. Sometimes he'll do where he act a little snarky when he's doing parts. And it's like I'm on the inside. You don't know what's going on. And go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah.
So now this is what confuses me. Charlton say, is that 10% per foot 2 times 2 equals 20? Because when it comes to ankles, your knees, you can get 10% for one knee and 10% for the other knee. It can be bilateral, and you actually have 20%. But you saying the shoulders, it don't work like that.
No. Hold on. So we're going to use the term unilateral. So unilateral means right. Unilateral means left. So we break them up into right and left. Now, there are certain situations in the feet where you can have bilateral when they're combined together. So think about pes planus or flat feet. Whenever you have that, anytime it says bilateral something, that's whenever they're combined together and you can't take them apart. So, and the bilateral factor, guys, you got to be careful with that because the bilateral factor doesn't work on bilateral conditions.
Now, when you say that, I'm interested, and I'm gonna pull back on what you got there. Let me see here. Hold on, give me a second. When you saying with the feet, there I go again, H-Town. Thus, I'm talking to myself. Isn't it sad?
It's fine. I do it all the time.
Yeah, So, see, I'm not by myself. Other people do the same thing, and look how intelligent people do it at that. Now, brother, when it deals with these feet, you're talking about these feet. There are muscles in the feet. There's a skeletal system in the feet. So, why, though is it rated so differently? Look, there's bone that kind of house the bottom of the foot. So. I'm understand why do they really kind of particular on the way that they rate the feet?
Because in the 38 CFR and the M21-1, it talks about how the feet are such a condensed section where there's a lot going on. There's a lot of bones, tendons. There's a lot of different muscles in there, like you said. And you can have something that's very, very close to each other, like you can have plantar fasciitis and you can have pes planus.
But be distinct, but they can be distinct.
But they have to be combined together. So there are certain times, like the feet are horrible to rate, okay? Any rater worth their salt has their own personal things that they don't necessarily care for rating. And the feet can be one of them because they have a lot of unique criteria to them.
Okay.
And so the feet do not behave the way the rest of the body typically does in the musculoskeletal category. So, there's exceptions, there's rules, there's a whole bunch of things. So like how the knee works is not how the feet work.
Do raters go into VA medical records and find more information post CMP exam if CMP exam says one thing but improvement post CMP exam? What happens?
Okay, so for this So the overall answer is yes. Raters are supposed to take into account the treatment that happens from the time of the CMP to the time that they're rating. So yes. Now, if they show improvement, what should happen is the rater should defer back to get a new examination because it's conflicting medical evidence. The CMP exam says you're this bad. However, this record says you're this bad. And we would have the actual examiner go in and review to see, hey, which one's the most true of these? Can you factor this into your equation and take this into account? Now, sometimes raters will look the other way. Okay.
Okay.
Where they'll be like, okay, they'll let it slide. They'll just be like, look, I'm just going to let this one pass through with what the CMP examiner said, because, the CMP examiner, when they made their determination, said, this is my interpretation of their disability. And if it got a little bit better, that might not be considered sustained improvement. It might just be improvement for the day, and it might not reflect how you really are. So,
okay. Now, do you think that
we kind of got onto the feet this episode? I think we're stuck.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that because when y'all went on it, because I didn't realize how many bones are in the foot, and everything have different little, how we can say, mechanisms in the foot. And I want to, it's like it in that ankle, and wow. But I want to ask you, why do so many veterans have lower back problems? Is it something to do with the military, the boots we wear, just like with the feet? Is it something to do? Charlton brought up earlier, wearing those combat boots. They're those boots.
Okay. Medically, possibly. Legally, for VA claims purposes, not happening.
So us mentioning we wore those boots and we ran, we
prove it. Prove it. Prove that you ran. Prove that those boots hurt your feet. Do you know how you prove it? You go to sick call, right? That's how they prove it. That's what the rater is confronted with by the quality review team. Is if the rater sides with the veteran on this, they'll go, okay, where's your evidence to support their statement?
He says
that he ruck marched. He knows that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Prove he ruck marched. Where in the records does it say that he ruck marched?
Because they got the sick call police in the military. Oh, you're a wimp. You where you going? Sick call Sally and all these things.
Yep.
But I guess it just don't seem fair,
I mean, I agree 100% that medically, the ruck. Look, man, I've worn them. I've worn the boots. I've worn the rucksack. I've been there.
Yes.
I mean, I was a combat medic at one point in time, but technically, I mean, you can't prove it. It has to be corroborated. That's the magic word. Like, anytime that you're trying to prove something to the VA, you have to be able to corroborate it.
Now he
evidence to buy. Okay.
So iWatcher says one of his Air Force friends got rated for it. I'm assuming he's talking about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
JL says that's why I always bring up CARRI and VHA. What is CARRI?
It's called Capri. It's the computer program that the VBA uses to pull up your VA medical records. The computer program that the VHA uses to implement your records is called, what is it called? It's not Capri. It's CPRS.
Okay, CPRS.
They're just different computer programs to pull up your VA medical records.
Okay. Let me add this back to the stage, see if you got something you want to put on. Is there something else you had on there that you want to bring up?
No, I mean, this is the foot where we're talking about flat feet. And if you have one foot, that's unilateral. So one foot's involved, the maximum you can get is 30%. But if both feet are involved, that can be 50%.
Now, that could be a 50% rating. I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, for bilateral flat foot, if you meet the criteria. Now, the reason why bilateral conditions don't count they're separate. That's when both feet get combined into 1 foot type thing, one disability. That's a good thing because it doesn't violate the amputation rule. Any condition that's bilateral like this, because the highest you can get for an ankle condition on like, let's say it's your right leg ankle, from the ankle joint down, the highest your combined ratings can be is 40%. Because if you were to have your foot amputated at the ankle, you'll get awarded 40% for that disability. So that's the highest. That's the highest amount of disability that you can get from the ankle down. So
wow,
that's under the what am I calling the amputation rule? Like I did a video on it, but it's something that people don't understand because people get really pissed off because they'll be like, look, I've got my foot, I've got my ankle, and I've got all these knee conditions, and I should be 70% for my right leg. Well, the maximum that you can get for the 60% from the knee down type thing.
So let me go ahead.
They artificially reduce it from 70 to 60 type thing.
So Sean says the job title doesn't grant to the claim, meaning if you're carrying a 60-pound rough sack because you're a grunt, shouldn't you expect certain problems with the ankles, the feet?
No, because that's not based upon the evidence of record. That's based upon the interpretation of the individual. And technically, that's not fair to the veteran because technically, if somebody wanted to exercise that in a bad way, they could do that, right? They could just say, look, I don't believe any of this shit at all. Versus if we prove it, then we can actually objectively cite it. Like it's a legal case type thing. Like we're, I don't know.
Okay. Now, let me see. So Teddy's here say, I'm so glad I had my medical records. Those sick call notes help make my claim fully developed. Okay. And then our brother says, Brother Charlton says, Lieutenant Dan said, take care of your feet. Even Lieutenant Gabe, but on Dr. Scholes, okay, Charlton, don't put it in the claim.
Oh, Jay, no, you're a bad man. Okay.
Now, so because this is Lieutenant Dan did say that y'all are robbing the system. You're breaking into your neighbor's house and stealing out of their purse. And how do you feel about that?
That's the dumbest damn analogy I've ever heard. It's not factually accurate. I mean, it's not a good representation of anything. He's trying to just make a passionate statement about it to try to invoke morality where I'm like, look, or it could be the fact that my neighbor came over to my house, stole my money, and I went back over there and got my money back. I mean, it's a different way to do it.
He really thought he cooked with that. He really did.
Oh man, he had all the pots and pans out. He was ready. He was like, hell, I'm cooking.
So hold on, let me get back over here to you, and if I can see this too. So look what our brother Boom nailed. I'm just say Boom nailed it. From a ratings perspective, what happens if CMP exam says one thing, but doctor visit later, still doing third step, shows improvement?
It's typically going to just be what's on this. It's going to typically be what's on the CMP exam. Because the examiner's job is to take all the evidence that they were given, review, do an examination on you, filter all of that information into one single solitary. Like, you have to understand that the CMP examiner creates medical evidence every time they create a DBQ. Because it's their filter under 38 CFR 3.159. The examiner is reviewing all the evidence and making a determination, an assessment of you. Yes.
So basically, the exam and all this clinical evidence, that becomes the full evaluation. So basically, they're going to seal the casket, in so many words, after that, and no other medical evidence to be considered other after the CMP exam is complete. Correct or not?
Correct, unless the rater goes, wait a minute, that's kind of significant. Let's send that back to the examiner and have them readjust and account for this. Like if the veteran,
I wouldn't have never known that if you didn't say that. Thank you, rater. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's challenging. I mean, I don't know. I get the fact that, gosh, H-Town, have you been, like, just on an aside here, have your videos just been flooded with questions about, well, what's going to happen now? Well, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
Because I tell you mine have.
Go ahead. They've been the last. That's why we had over 1,000 views on that live stream, because they were asking people. Some people were putting in solid information, but other people saying they want to know, where is this taking us? See, this is the whole thing, is where is this taking us, my brother?
And, you know, like there's a drastic difference of opinion. There are so many different content creators and whatnot that are, there's lawyers, there's attorneys, there's content creators, there's everybody's weighing in on this. And it depends on who you talk to be quite honest with you.
Well, you know what I want to say to you, brother? I want to say this to you. Guess who I'm talking to right now? I'm talking to Raider HQ. So we want to know your opinion on this here, my brother, because everybody's coming with different information, and I think that's what frustrates you. And I thank you for coming over here. We got 52 people in the chat. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. What is it that disrupt you about so many different content creators? Because I heard some of the irritation and frustration in your last video, even though you put out solid information. What is your concern? And you did make it clear you wasn't taking shots at individuals. It was the overall thing. What is your issue with the way content creators and some other people are coming at this issue?
Well, it's hard to say. Like, I'll be honest, I could take the high road on this, but some of it is genuine frustration about they don't know what they don't know, and yet they're forming an absolute opinion on it. Right? Like they're coming in and just telling you. It would be like me going into your house and telling you how things work in your house. And it's like, you assume that's what happens, but you don't know. And it's offensive that some individuals, for the sake of clicks, will say things and they never get held accountable for it.
Well, like, you dealt with that, and you got serious blowback from another content creator. When you were just trying to do it very professionally, they took it the wrong way. How will you be able to reach any of the rest of them if everybody can just say stuff and not be held accountable for it? If you came back to me and say, hey, H-Town, something you said was incorrect, or I feel this way about that, I'm going to consider what you're saying, brother. Why do we have to sit back and let them just dump this garbage?
It has to do with the hustle. See, you're insulated from that. You're insulated from the hustle.
How so? I mean, I'm confused. But
you're not monetized yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Once you become monetized, like, see, for some people, this is their day job. For some people, this is what they do for a living. And it's entertainment, man. It's like, I got to get that. I got to, like, they budget their bills based upon how many views they get.
Why they can't say it's for entertainment purposes only? Why can't they have a disclaimer?
Nobody would watch this. Nobody would watch it, right? Like, think about it this way. If you had a medical condition, right, and it was bad, like a bad medical condition, and you were freaked out. It's like that, where it's like, hey, look, I've got cancer. I'm going to look up this cancer. I need to find a cure for this cancer. And you got these people out there that have like, no, I've got the cure for this cancer.
Faith healer.
I've got the cure for this.
The faith healers. These the new faith healers.
Look. Okay. The VA is not telling the veterans how the system works.
No, they're not.
Our advocates and our alphabet soup groups are not telling the veterans the right thing to do. Your VSO doesn't know, for the most part. There's a lot of good ones out there, but the majority of VSOs out there don't know how anything works. All they know is how to push that paper. It's so in that vacuum of information, you've got these people that are like, wait a minute, you'll pay me how much to say stuff? And you'll just keep clicking on it. And, there's one guy that I don't necessarily care for. Actually, there's like 3 of them now. There's 3 of them that I really do not care for, that they just say stuff like, and there was one guy.
They don't have no shame, brother. No shame.
Well, okay. It depends on the situation. Like, there's some people that are bad actors 100% of the time. And then there's people that are filling content. Like they get one thing wrong. And it doesn't make them a bad person, right? They misunderstood. They just kind of put out a video because they need to put out a video.
But I didn't mean to cut you off. You say it was one. You were giving one example. Go ahead. There's one person you said.
I'll name him without naming him. Okay. I kind of put out, because he said something. He's like, this is how Raiders rate claims, or this is what Raiders think. And I'm like, you know what? Because you said that, I feel like I can go onto your channel and I can leave a comment or 3. And it was the young guy with the curly hair and the cowboy hat. He's a big YouTuber, man. He's a 100K subscriber guy. And his videos are okay. Like, he does okay a lot of the time, but then he got off this weird kick this is how Raiders think. And I'm like, nope, that's not how any of that works.
Hold on. Did you step on his cowboy boots? When you went there, I want to know how did it go, bro?
With respect. I mean, like, I was like, hey, look, respectfully, like, hey, look, that's not really how that works. It's this way. And, I'm not trying to be a jerk face, but I'm like, like, hey, look, your channel's, normally you're pretty good, but, yeah, this one you're kind of off, dude. You had an off day on this one.
What was the reaction?
Oh, he was like, hey, man, thanks. Cool. I appreciate it. And we didn't actually, we didn't beef or anything like that. I mean, he's still doing his thing, but you have to understand that if some people have things that, like, when this is a business for people, they've got sponsorships, they've got so-and-so, they've got, like, they're not making content to make content anymore. They're making content because they need to put out a video today.
Oh boy.
And like, I put out videos every single day, and I hate the fact whenever I'm taken away from like putting out how is it rated videos or my TED Talky stuff in order to talk about this news stuff. I don't really care for it. I like to talk about the other stuff more than I like to talk about anything else.
What this is the issue I got, bro. My issue is, okay, if you're going to do that, why do they circle back sometime? Listen to what I'm saying. Okay. If you're going to be a content creator that's wishy-washy or all the way on the other side of the fence, why do they circle back to content creators that are not doing that? If I'm not doing that, leave me alone. If I'm not really bothering you, leave me alone. What is it? You want me mojo? Or what is it?
I don't know. I mean, I'll be the first one to say that I'm not good at YouTube. I'm not. I don't play the game. This is not my day job. Is not to do YouTube. Like, this is a hobby for me. So I'm not beholden to try to sell myself out for money or anything like that. I don't know. But when people do things, oftentimes it's for clicks, it's for money, it's for ulterior motives, it's for whatever is going through their head. And I don't know.
You know the Salted Marine, he shut his channel down.
I heard about that. I hope he comes back.
I
really
do.
do.
I sent him a message, you know, and when people like him seem like he, you know, he's doing it from his heart, how do you not get disheartened, brother?
Oh, I'll tell you what, man. There are a lot of mean girls on the internet. Like there are a lot of mean girls. I don't mean that as in like like sexism type thing, but I just mean there are some people that just attack you.
Marines, he's a Marine. He say those are the ones that attacked him the most. He said, "You're not a real Marine."
I know.
He said, "How can your own come after you like that?" Go ahead.
Because people are assholes. And especially, like, you have to understand, man, there's a lot of us that have mental health issues.
Yeah.
And we have no consequences because we're behind a keyboard, right? So people can say what they want, and there's no consequences for their behaviors or actions. And it's hard because you read everything and you take it to heart. And you're just like, look, that one hurt. That one bothered me. That's why, like, whenever that Hughes guy, whenever he called me a racist, I'm like,
the
fuck? You know, like,
I mean, just like the blue. It's not a
yeah.
You know,
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah,
I didn't say shit.
You know, it's like the ugly chick at the club. She's like, I know you looking at me. You trying to hold on. I'm not looking at you. I can't even, girl. What are you talking about? Yeah, everybody want me in the club. They try like, hold on. Where did that come out of left field? Excuse me. And I mean, just all of a sudden, no reaction. Just say the young man, the cowboy. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what he said? You know what? Okay, I understand. Thank you. Some people can't just let it go. You got to, if you're going to be putting out stuff that could possibly harm people, and that's what I think motivates you. If you're going to put things out that could possibly mislead or damage, you're just trying to, hey, you know, maybe you want to look at this a different way. Oh, and they say, and
they're grifting for money. Like there's a lot of money floating around in YouTube. I don't know if you noticed, like TV has taken a crap, right? Like cable TV, that advertising revenues went somewhere, right? And it's went to YouTube. It's went to these different channels. Like different channels can, like there's money that you can get from YouTube. There's money that you can get from Spotify, from Instagram, from TikTok even. Like there's a lot of money here. And with our demographic, if you're not a subject matter expert, why are people going to watch you? Type thing. Like that's what a lot of people think. And my thing is, look, as long as you're just open and honest, like your channel is great because you don't pretend to be something you're not. You're just like, hey, look, man, I'm asking questions. I'm talking to people. I'm relatable. I'm just me, you know.
And when I don't know that I say Raider HQ knows this. I don't know. He just said some stuff that called me out of left field. And they started teaching me in the chat some things. Now, Logic says, don't like say, thank you guys for what you do. It really helps with anxiety. But what about the opposite of that? Those that, like the guy calling you out your name, calling you something you're not, that stokes the anxiety.
I don't think that was meant to stoke anxiety as much.
No, I ain't talking about that person, but other people that do. He was deflecting off of you because he didn't want you on his back. I know what that was. You caught him in his hustle, and he like, what you doing over here, man? Your corner over there, man. I'm hustling on this one.
Yeah, and that's like honest to God, that's probably the best analogy that you could do. And it's like, sir, I am not hustling. I'm just literally giving some education here. And people don't have to listen to me. Like people don't have to. But
they will.
I hope they do.
They will, because you know what? Don't get insulted when I say you the square. We call him in the hood the square. You the square on the corner. So yeah, man. You know, this guy's saying it don't sound all suave, but he's dismantling what you're hustling. And he's doing it in a monotone voice. What is this? Where does this guy come from, man? Somebody go over there, give him one of the pretty girls. Take him away, distract him, get him away from here.
He is messing up my game.
Because they go be saying, you know what, man, what you want? They really go ask you, man, what you want, man? What you want? Just tell us what you want. You want some money? You want some girls? What you need? Get him away from it. This is the thing. And you're saying, I just want what's best for the veteran. They said, oh, I've lost already.
And I'll be kind of honest with you. And we're about an hour and 55 minutes in here. So I don't think anybody's going to catch this because oftentimes people don't watch an hour and 55 minutes of any video, even my videos, my live streams. But I'll tell you the honest to God truth on some of this stuff is that, sorry, my dogs are being weird.
Hey, that's okay. We love them. No, you keep talking. You good. We love. They the background singers. We love it.
Like the honest to God truth is that some people are scared because how do you compete with a former Raider, right? Like there's a lot of individuals want to, like, their legitimacy. If I say something different than them, then that makes that they lose credibility. So sometimes there are people that are like, hey man, I'm not trying to piss you off, or like they overdo it, right?
They overcompensate.
Yeah, they overcompensate. And that's why you'll see me say, look, man, if you're just a normal average Joe out there if you're reading something and you're trying to understand it, I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm not going to tear you down, okay, for doing that.
But you have the power. You have the power. Let me put it like this. If you ever watched the X-Men, there was one individual, I think it was either a little boy or a little girl. I think it was a little boy that they had the power to take everybody else's powers away from them. Mm-hmm. When Juggernaut was running against the wall, he got close to him. He just ran in the wall and killed himself because he couldn't go through it. So you come through and you're not intentionally, you're just trying to, you're just trying
Go ahead. That's what Mr. Hughes was. That's the problem. That's why I have to be very diplomatic in how I speak, because I'm not trying to take over the YouTube and be the kingpin of the YouTube type thing. I'm not trying, because that creates a problem, right?
Well, yes. But you are extremely threatening to people like him and other people because they've been doing this content for a while and they've built a following based on their ideologies, and you're coming along very nicely and politely saying, hey, this is what you need to consider. You're not really pushing back like, hey, everything you're doing is wrong. You was trying to give an alternative, reasonable suggestion and saying, hey, I like this and that. And they like, hey, hold on, I don't want no parts of this.
Or they're like, hey man, pick up this, which claim company do you support? I don't support any of them. I think they should exist, but I don't favor any of them. Why aren't you taking that money? It's a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, my wife has reminded me of that every single day, but I don't want to, because that's my shtick. My shtick is that veterans need a neutral place also. You can have people that make money. I'm not saying that you can't make money on YouTube. I'm not saying that you can't sell things on YouTube. Everybody has a different way of marketing themselves. My way is not very lucrative.
Yeah, well, here's the problem,
I don't take advantage of that. So
here's the problem. If you ever saw the movie Training Day with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, the problem they had, and with Ciprico, the actual person in real life that that happened in the 70s, when you won't get dirty, you are a threat.
That's what it is. Yes.
And when Ethan Hawke wouldn't get dirty, Denzel's character had to get rid of it. Now, brother, sister, veterans, say thank you both for what you do for us. Do you see the type of statements? Now, other people are watching this and they're connecting with people.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And if people that do things differently, they want to connect and they want to collaborate, like you do a lot of collaboration with different people, that's cool. But you don't seem to lose your identity no matter where you go. How do you keep yourself grounded when you're able to collaborate with so many different individuals?
I have no strings attached.
Uh-oh.
So because I don't have any strings attached, I don't have any, I don't have any boundaries. Like I mean, it's easy to maintain my boundaries when nobody's pulling me in any direction. I don't know if
So
that
you
makes
don't feel
sense.
pressure?
No, because I don't have anybody that, like, okay. I do not personally envy people that are currently with a claims company or with a DBQ organization, right?
You think
Partnerships.
you feel like they're trapped to an extent?
I feel like the community is definitely like, especially with the changes that happened with the fraud review,
Mhm.
like how do how do you know what product you're getting?
What they say is, yeah, I don't condone these other bad actors over here, but I got a good company that I know and I stand by.
Yes. So how do you mean, like how do you like that's a slippery slope, right? Like that's, like if I'm like I ain't partnered with anybody. You too, like nobody can say you're in the wrong because you're not partnered with anybody, right?
Right, right, right.
Same
And
with
so
me.
he said,
Yeah.
"You too, not the movement, family, not the movement." I ain't get to you two yet, but it's coming. Okay, now listen. So it's
Yeah.
like they're saying, I'm just joking around. So it's like they're saying, you know what? There's like you said, they're selling a product. So they selling the product. They saying my product doesn't cause as many overdoses as the product down the street. Come over here. See, but it's still a risk because once they start coming after these companies, do you think it's going to be a matter of time before they start coming after some of the content creators that promote them and amplify them? That's the scary one.
I don't know if the government's going to go after them, but I definitely think the communities, for people that have pushed them that way. You told me to go to this person. You encouraged me to
Mm,
go to this person. I think that especially ones that have built-in examiners, I don't envy the people in that situation. Why won't I put myself in that situation? Because money cannot pay down my anxiety disorder. I don't
right.
ever want to be put in that position.
I don't want nobody saying, H-Town, you told me this, and this didn't work out, and you told me these people. I can't control what other people are doing. Now, listen to what Sean say. We hold them accountable by not watching their content. It's hard to not do that, bro, when they do what? And I want to ask you this here, brother. This is a serious question. I want to ask you because I have a strong belief on it.
Okay.
I feel like clickbait is not a victimless crime. I think that it can lead. It's like marijuana, a gateway drug. You know.
Well, I think it's addictive. I do think it is addictive because there's obviously coercion. Like there's money involved, right? Like there's money, there's fame. Like there's three reasons why people do something:
Hmm.
money,
Tell us.
power, prestige.
Yes.
Okay. Money is a driving force for a lot of people on YouTube. They want to climb the ladder. They will try to attack people higher than them to get me, me, me. Prestige. I like, look, why do I want to do this? I want prestige, kind of a little bit. Like, if you want to know, there's a fourth one, which is altruism, but that's one you can't generalize to most people. For me,
Yes.
I want to, I'll tell you that my reason is altruism, but I also want prestige to make my kids kind of I want to get to 100,000 because it's a geeky thing, because 100,000 subscribers, because I want to be cool for my kids. I want
But
something that, my grandkids can look at and whatever, like you want to say, like, it's your legacy. And I want my legacy to be
of
pure. I
course,
don't want it to be, I don't know. It's just weird.
it's a reward because of the fact that when you get the prestige, that's a reward showing that you put in the work and you did it the right way, brother.
Yeah. And I don't want power, because
Mm.
there is power that happens here, right? There is, like, I'm the top dog here. Like
Yeah.
there can be that power thing.
Oh yeah.
And the wealth thing is cool, but this isn't my day job.
See, and what you said about power. They learn real quick. Don't come over to my channel flexing, because I will block you with 1 million subscribers. Huh? And we got people out there that's believers, aren't you? And how embarrassing it is. How embarrassing it is that you can't even say nothing about it because what? Because you'd have to say, why were you over there acting a fool?
Well,
now,
and look,
sorry, that's my medication wearing off. And
I'm not going to victim blame here, but if you look at what I consider the tragedy of the Salty Marine and the Civ Div fighting, like that's the thing where I'm not blaming anybody, right? Like I'm not taking a side on that one, but I'm just saying that like when we fight amongst ourselves, no good comes from it.
No, I totally agree. Now that's what. Yes, go ahead.
I don't take jabs at people unless I know for 100% fact that I can back it up, right? Like I don't do that. But
no, you don't do that. But I don't like, look, and what I like about you, see, I'll go over this channel, and if it's somebody over there I don't rock with like that, it ain't no problem. I'm over there. That's cool. I want everybody. We can't. Hey, I don't deal with them, so you don't deal with them. You hear me? Fool? Nah, this ain't none of this here. We over here trying to handle our business, and we trying to make sure it doesn't look good when we're at each other's throat. And I didn't like to see that. I was shocked. I really don't have no idea what it was about. It just threw me all the way out. Some people try to explain, but I say, that just caught me totally off guard. And I hate that the brother went out. I think it may have been more of a miscommunication. And so.
Well, and it's also the nitpicking from the comments section. Like if there's a lot of people that are just mean as hell.
And they stoke the fire.
And then, you can only live with so much negativity coming at you.
Yes.
I mean, like if you have enough people, it's hard not to internalize it. You can only have so much emotional resiliency against it. And I empathize with him for that. I hope he comes back. And I'll be honest with you. If he wants to come back, I'll stand next to him. Right? Yes. Like, I mean, I will not, like, I'll stand next to him. I will vouch for the legitimacy of his channel. I will do, I mean it. Like,
same thing here.
Yeah. I think he was an asset to the community because, look, there doesn't need to be 5 of us, okay, or 6 of us that are putting out content. There can be more people that are putting out different content. And
I like that you take that approach because that's really important. Now, the real sermon, Gemini says, part of the problem is us veterans feel that the court gave us something, Ingram versus Collins, and the VBA without a proposal changed, and public comments took it away.
I honestly, the way that I look at this is they didn't take anything away. And that's the clever thing about it. They added something to the they added something to the Federal Register. They didn't take anything away. They added to it to make it to where it's now no longer existent.
So so they altered it.
Yes, they just added things to it that basically nullified Ingram v. Collins. I mean, Dougie's like, hold my beer. I got this. I'll fix your ass. He just did it. I mean, that ass whooping. And it was clever, though. That's where you don't see that level of cunning often. But when you do, you have to respect your enemy. And I don't consider him my enemy. But if they're going to like do something that changes the VA system, I don't necessarily care for it unless it has a purpose. And that purpose should help veterans. And it doesn't.
I want to make a statement directly to you, brother. You don't understand that you come and tell us stuff. This is why you aggravate a lot of content creators, not myself, because you'll come and say something that nobody would know unless they was in your position. And you just get them with that. You just get them like, they have to follow you. They don't want to follow. They want to have the breaking news.
Yes. And the other thing is the deductive reasoning. So like sometimes I'm like, look, there isn't anything anywhere that says this. Like there's nowhere that says that Jones v. Shinseki is not being applied. But whenever I break it down and go, okay, but if you go look on any DBQ, where's the evidence that supports applying Jones v. Shinseki? And that's where it all falls apart. And then people go, oh, there isn't any. And I go, okay, well, if there isn't any evidence to give to the Raider to apply Jones v. Shinseki, how is Jones v. Shinseki being applied?
It can't
It's not. It can't
be.
Yes.
Now look at what our brother Jack says. He say, "What is your thoughts on terror claims? Do you have anything right now on the state of terror claims?"
Yeah. It's currently the Wild West. There's internal fighting between the VSRs and the Raiders as to what is and is not terror exposure that can be conceded. A lot of the times conditions that are normally challenging to get service connected can be service connected via terror. So like sleep apnea, asthma sometimes for veterans that don't have Southwest Asia exposure, but maybe they were exposed to chemicals through their job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or they went to a location like Camp Lejeune or something like that, like where there's a location-based TERA, toxic exposure risk activity.
Okay.
Or environmental occupational hazards. That's the new term for TERA. But I'll be honest with you, I like TERA, but TERA has challenges the longer it's been since you were exposed to when you were diagnosed. If it's been longer than a couple years, that gap is kind of, it's so hard.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, and TERA is not connected to the PACT Act. It's separate. It is. It's a part of the PACT Act, right?
It is. So TERA is a new theory for service connection. So you know how direct theory, secondary theory, TERA theory for service connection. So
and TERA is related to the chemicals.
Yes. And TERA was introduced with the PACT Act. Now, when people say, I have PACT Act exposures, that means nothing to anybody because the PACT Act introduced so many different things. It introduced stuff for Vietnam era veterans.
Yes, it did.
Not peacetime veterans. It opened up stuff for Southwest Asia veterans. Like the PACT Act has many different facets to it. So please don't ever claim anything as a PACT Act claim or a PACT Act disability. It means nothing.
You got to be more. That's just a catch-all.
Yep.
Wow. I'll say I support him. Okay. I appreciate you both. A lot of people keep saying that they appreciate us both. I mean, what's this Ebony and Ivory? We doing it over here. You know, I'm going to tell you, when Raider first came to my channel, I almost freaked out. I wasn't tripping like old dude was. The other brothers started calling him a racist. But I'm like, why is these big time YouTubers coming over here to me? Because I get nervous. Like, man, I must be, because you, the Green Logbook, y'all chat at the same time. I'm like, man, I don't need a. Yeah, the Sib Dib came over here. Salted Marine. It's like y'all had. I'm like, wow, because I say I'm just talking normal talk. Y'all know more information than I do when it comes to certain things. I know the benefit side of the game, but when it comes to the claim, I tip my hat to y'all.
I mean, in my opinion, you're very articulate, you're very personable, you're very, like, you control the conversation in such a way that I appreciate it. Like, and you're not being something that you're not. You're just I'm just a guy. I'm sitting here talking. Does anybody want to talk with me? Sure.
And I enjoy it. So, and this is going to be weird, because I get it from my family. This is going to be weird because they never heard, my family growing up, they never heard me talk like this. When I was in the 3rd grade, they sent me to the class to see if I was autistic or some kind of special stuff. Back then they really have it because I wasn't a real talker, but everybody in my family talked so much I had no need to talk.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I didn't talk, so a lot of my family, they know me. We played together. I was in the family, but I never was a person if I didn't really have nothing to say. So if they hear me talk like this, they never heard me. You've heard me talk than most of my family members on one consistent thing. They never heard me just blah, 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 just go. They like, what is going on? They wouldn't they would be shocked.
But you've got something to say.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes, like, if you were around me normally, I only talk whenever I have something to say.
Yes. That's
You know?
that's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
You know, and you helped me. Y'all helped me, and I'm gonna tell you helped me, Raider, and I mean this from my heart, man. You know, it's just because, and I know you have your issues, and sometimes I have mine, and I go off into my corner. Sometimes I get a little down. Yeah, you know, I made it took one night out, fam, but I had a lot. You know, just I don't. I guess what you could call it is if I get blindsided or something happen, like when the wreck with my niece, overwhelmed, I just can't, because now I got to get my daughter getting her car, my niece a car. I had to close the claim on the car. They said it was the other person's fault. They ran out in front of her, and you know, these were 16-year-olds in the car.
Yeah.
And when they got out, they were giggling, and my niece was mad at first, but when she realized they were on
ass.
she wanted, because I said, what's going on? Because she called me, oh no. I said, what's going on? I can't believe that, you know. And I said, no, calm down. And when I went over there, these just little girls, but they don't understand, they could have lost their life in the situation, you know.
And that's the thing at the end of the day, you know, like, I'm not anything special. I'm just a normal human being like everyone else, you know. You are too. I mean, like, we're on YouTube. There's people that like to listen to us, you know. We're not celebrities or anything like that, but I mean, I get overwhelmed quite a bit. Yeah. And it's easy to get overwhelmed. That's why I've had to record like a few filler videos and just, you know, put those out. But I mean, there is one thing go ahead.
Go ahead. There's one thing
There's one thing I want to tell you though, is that, like, I don't like it when people like whenever that one guy was in here and it's like, look, don't talk shit. You know, when George Michaels was like talking shit about you, and I'm like, you don't get to say that about him.
But I didn't catch it though. See, here's the thing that's a trip about you. I didn't catch it, and I'm pretty sure you know I didn't catch it. You say, nah, he's talking crap, but you didn't let it slide. And it wasn't a big thing to me because I didn't even know what he was talking about. You know, he talked straight over my head. And he gets on me, and I thank you for standing up, brother, because I didn't stop you. I didn't say, but I was like, what I do? I thought I had done something wrong because he was new to the channel and I didn't want to offend him. But he gets on my case. He sits here. So I do a little segment on Black History because it's Black History Month. And he say, well, she didn't invent the GPS by herself. Yeah, she built the house and everybody nailed a few boards on it, but without her, it wouldn't have been created. So my point to you is, you know, because he says little things like that, you know, you almost have to respond. And like he was going after Sib Dib a bit, him and what you call him, but then he started calling him a little name. And I said, no, you can't call nobody out their name like, you know, like that. And he said, he apologized, you know, he apologized.
I mean, but you've got eccentric personalities on the internet. Like, I mean, like, that's the thing where it's like, look, man, you can be upset. Like, we're talking about things that are very upsetting. Like, people don't go, man, the VA claims process, whoa, before that I was really anxious, but once I went into it, man, I feel better. It's not a stay spot. It is a horrible process that generates anxiety on its own.
But look,
and go ahead.
Go ahead. It generates anxieties on. Finish up. And I want to say something.
Yeah. GMD, actually, that's true. They just got done giving all the trainings on Ingram. I mean, like, what, the day after the government shutdown went down, is that they actually gave training on Ingram, and then Doug Collins just decided, look, no, not happening. 959 likes. Wow.
Look,
I think Betty hit a button.
Oh, wow. Well, I think we broke the internet record for this channel. Now listen, we got Inner Youth Healing Ministry. Thank you for being here. Wow. I like it. Keep tapping that keyboard. Keep tapping that keyboard. Our sister. Now look what was we at? Our brother said something. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to catch up on this. How long? He said a key thing. Doom, not Doom, this brother here. This brother said, BN says, all of these changes lately have really spiked my anxiety. It's a large reason I withdrew my claim. That's kind of disheartening. What do you say to people?
I mean, obviously it's your choice, right? But I'm going to go on record and say, look, that's the result of the VA not making changes clearly and concisely up front with the best interest of the veteran at heart. That's
Yes.
what this is. If the captain of the ship has not adequately told the crew what is happening, he's just turning the wheel. He's just going nuts. And that, to me, is not best practice. I would like to see it to where if there's a change, it should be altruistic. Look, sometimes changes are going to be good. Sometimes changes are going to be bad. You don't have to make it to where all changes invoke mind-numbing anxiety to where the internet blows up. You shouldn't have to go to Raider HQ and get your information as to what the changes are going to be like, because the VA should be good stewards of the information. And they're not.
It's not. Is this creating an environment, my brother, where we're at a point that when people, like our brother just said here, with the claim situation, are we at a point where we're going to be dealing with, you know what? It's disheartening to poke the bear. Is this a discouragement, or how should we view it?
I mean, I think what's going, like, and this is just speculation, by the way. Like, I'm not going from I don't have any papers to back this up. But there's a reason why claim companies exist, right?
Yes.
Claim companies exist because there's not a good understanding of the process, and the system allows for a wide deviation with how medical providers can practice in terms of their medical opinions. So claims companies exist because of that. YouTubers also exist in this chaos. And because of that, you're going to have YouTubers that give out vastly different information about different topics. Evidenced by, open up YouTube today and you can find that there is not one solitary camp on this. There are multiple camps that are saying weird shit about this change and whatnot.
That's why BN said I had to quit watching YouTube for a little bit.
Yeah, because look, I get it. I get clickbaited because I'm like, are you serious? Like, well, because I want to make sure, did I miss something? And my anxiety disorder kicks in and I'm just, clicking on it. So with all this uncertainty that keeps getting spun around in the cyclone of VA news, it's going to potentially have a chilling effect on people. I don't want to claim anything because I can't fucking understand anything. I can't fucking understand what's going on. I'm not going to claim anything. I don't want to risk anything. I got too much to risk. When that's not the way it should be. It shouldn't be. These are the facts. Does your circumstance match the facts? But I think that the VA... Oh, go ahead.
Now, you think the VA what?
I think the VA has a lot of room to grow with making their process a little bit more consistent. It doesn't have to be cookie cutter, right? But things should be consistent. If I submitted the evidence and I submit the same evidence 15 times, and on the 16th time I get granted and nothing's changed with my evidence, only the person that reviewed it, that's pretty fucked, right?
Wow.
I mean, it is.
You're painting the real picture.
Should be where, yeah.
Now, look, I want you to put in the chat, if you in this environment, given what's going on with these different decisions and the way the VBA is handling, and Secretary of the VA Doug Collins, put in there touchy or no touchy. Are you gonna touch the bear? Are you gonna poke the bear? Touchy or no touchy? You can put in there poke the bear or no touchy. Let us know.
The VA does have a YouTube channel, actually. BNJ, the YouTube does have the VA does have a YouTube channel. They've got a lot of people are subscribed to it. It's just they don't put out any fucking information half the time.
They don't put. I had to stop watching it. It doesn't go. some of them maybe be a minute long sometimes.
Yeah, they don't cook. Like they don't tell you what you need to know.
Okay, say the VA should have a YouTube channel. They do it. So 66 say touching. Okay, you gonna touch, and then he say that's a mama bear. That's dangerous. Be careful where you touch mama bear at. Now listen, look what J. Oliver, 100% no touchy.
I mean, look, if you want to talk about how I want to sell out in the future, if the VA offered me their role, like to be the ambassador to the VA community, I'd take that. I like no bullshit. I would take that and I would own that. And they would regret that because I would be sharing shit out the door, like just throwing stuff and be like, oh, here's a behind the scenes memo. Like, I'd be like, just like, and this is what they don't want you to read.
Exactly. Go ahead.
But I would sell out for that. Yeah.
Big Rock say ball deep in the bear. Ball deep in the bear. Wow. I didn't need that visual.
Be the VA secretary.
Now they say hell, I'm terrified. GMT say terrified. Jason say touchy. Now 66 say the channel is garbage. The VA channel is garbage. Is it that bad? Come on, tell me if it's that bad, bro. Now, San Diego says, I think it's by design with this negativity. Go ahead.
I mean, I think it is too. I'm trying to find the VA channel. I don't even know how to find them.
It's hard to find them sometimes. I think they take it down sometimes. Because if you don't have a link to it, like Seven on the favorites, sometimes it's hard to find. Yeah. And then Enter You Faith Mineracy says, Raider HQ for Secretary of the VA. I agree. Now, if you feel like that Raider HQ qualifies, who qualifies more? Doug Collins, put Dougie in the chat.
Don't you dare.
Or Raider HQ, put HQ in the chat. HQ or Dougie. HQ or Dougie. I'm sorry.
Please God, don't.
Don't do it. He said don't do it, but if you do it, I can't stop you now.
Oh, man, you already...
Look, come on, HQ or Dougie. If you really feel HQ or Dougie, HQ or Dougie, come on, fam. So we got here. We have GMD says HQ. Betty say HQ. Then it say what it say? Some DTO. Then we got Benny say HQ. Sean say HQ. Martin say department. I don't know department. Okay. Say then. Solaris says the HQ is overqualified, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I hate that when they say you're overqualified at the job.
That means I ain't getting a job.
You ain't getting a job. And Big say HQ. Then we got Jason M say 100% HQ. Robert says HQ. Then Ginger House. HQ all day. Now I'm about to go into it, family. Let me know. We've been here about 2 hours, but 66 HQ all the way. Now, San Diego says Raider HQ 100%. Oh, I like J. Oliver. Tina Tan for VA secretary. If she could
actually, yes. Like, yeah, I mean, I was very impressed with her. Very impressed with her. And it was amazing. I was I have no negative things to say about her statements. Like, she was very even keeled. And actually, like, if you want to look at it, the VA, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, their channel has 447,000 subscribers.
You pulled it up?
Yeah, I got it.
Pull it up. We're gonna pull it up on the screen.
Okay.
If you able to.
Here, let me
Sailor Jack say Raider HQ. Then we have.
No, you say Doug Collins. You say Doug Collins. So you're gonna see all my stuff on my YouTube thing here, but I don't care. Like who I've got.
No. We don't want to put it. Yeah, you can hit the little part of the screen where it okay. Let me pull you up.
If you look at it, it just has my subscriptions on there. I've got this H-Town vet guy on here that's really
cool.
Oh
Lord, hold on. Let me. Oh man, you say I'm poking the bear. I'm poking the bear. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Oh Lord, look at that
But
right
this
there.
is their website right here. And then they have popular videos like VA disability. Like if you were to watch these things, they're not very good. Like they don't go into any kind of detail on anything. But these are the guys that you're talking about here where they're
I see
uh
that guy at the bottom. I never click it on.
yeah,
It's
I
the
never
same
click
guy.
on him.
They have like a personality of a shoebox, not a shoebox. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not putting out information. And it's like if it's two of them, I don't know what to do with the information. I'm not saying that they're
Yeah.
not doing it, but he puts his face in the same spot. I'm glad it's not no what you call a sniper after him. He in the same spot on the thumbnail every time. Rotate,
Which
bro.
is fine. I mean, like that's fine. Like my thumbnails, like I'm not going to be the thumbnail police, but it's the content once he starts talking that I'm like, look, man, you're not helping anybody. You
Is he
didn't tell anybody anything.
Does he talk in generalities? What is the issues? I listened to him a couple times. I didn't know what to make of it.
I mean, he is honestly for these people and not necessarily for these people, right? Like he's for the Department of Veterans Affairs. He is not for the veterans. Yeah, and
So,
the information is pretty hot garbage because he doesn't actually share anything that's meaningful that the average VSO can't just give you. And whenever I say average VSO, I mean somebody that doesn't have adequate training. You know, you asked and we answered. Okay, VA hearing aids. I mean, that's cool, right? Like some of this information is pretty cool. Like it is stuff that, you know, some veterans want to know about. I mean, obviously 29,000 people checked on this over the last 3 years.
let me ask him a question real quick. Has anybody watched any of these videos from the VA? And you just told on yourself you're not even subscribed to.
I'm not subscribed to them.
Oh,
No.
Look, this man worked for the VA and he not even subscribed to the channel.
No.
Why? Let us know, family. Do you watch any of these videos from the Department of Veteran Affairs? Put a yes in the chat or why if you do watch these videos at least once or twice a month on a consistent basis, or put in if you don't. Put or no. Go ahead.
I was just looking at the mad researcher. Like my anxiety disorder will not allow that. I'm currently engaging in better living through chemistry to try to get through September whenever I go to the military influencers conference. I'm planning on going to that. I'm planning on trying for that. But yeah, I mean, like, what the shit is this? Like, I don't like this stuff right here. Like, I don't know what it is, but they're
What's
only
the guy looking out the window for? What are they?
Find purpose in home. I mean, these are valuable conversations, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to discount the conversations, but clearly you're not hitting the audience with 255 views, right? Like,
oh, this the VA, and how many subscribers they got?
447,000.
Oh,
you can't even get 10% to watch your videos. You can't even get 1%
and
to
you
watch
say
your
some
videos.
of the views they got like what they 200? Got 200. Wow, and they got over almost 500,000 subscribers. So Ginger House says no, I don't watch them.
Yeah, no,
I'm not too
27 views.
Wow. Why do you think they don't connect? Why do you think the VA doesn't connect? Family, y'all let us know in the chat. San Diego say, yes, I did before.
I mean, I'll give you my 2 cents.
Yes, give me your
stuff that people want to hear about.
Is it more on the propaganda side of the game, or they're out of touch?
Well, I don't know if you noticed this, but these are the listed videos, right? So we got 1 day ago, 1 day ago. When's the last time we started talking about an actual VA claim? You know, like claiming something. Okay, Champ VA, that's cool. Yeah, 8,000 views. Yeah, I'll probably click on that in a little bit just to see. But let's see whenever the last time they had a big overpayment scams. That got some views. And disability claim backlog. Okay.
I'm surprised that Doug Collins don't talk much on these.
He don't. Yeah. Well, and you'd have okay. Okay. So this might be where I sound like a disgruntled employee.
All right.
Doug Collins don't talk to the staff. He only talks to cameras that are facing outwards.
He don't feel in all awkward doing that.
The entire time that he was the VA secretary while I've been at the VA, he didn't even address the VA staff one damn time. He didn't come on. He didn't do a video for us. He didn't do shit. So yeah, no, it's easy to see why, because he only cares about his image out in public, and whether or not it's going to catch a headline or something. He don't care about anything, in my personal opinion, about whenever it comes to VA veterans. Like, I think he's made a video since or something like that. But like, if you're almost a year into the job and you're not even talking to your staff as to what's happening, there's a problem.
Well, I'm surprised. Look, diabetes, why that didn't catch? Because that usually gets you some likes right up there. That diabetes
virtual care for diabetes. This is the treatment, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not going to fault the VA because they're doing stuff for the VHA side of the fence. But every time that they mention something for the VBA, that should be catching. Like, you should be concerned about that. Like, hey, look, what's going on? Like, where's their video about the change for 38 CFR 4.10? Where's their video? They don't have one. A day ago was yesterday, like,
right.
That's when the change went into effect.
So you saying they're not up to date on the news. Now listen, Dome Logic said yes, they have some good information from time to time, especially overseas stuff. Yes.
And I'm not going to discount that. But they need to do a better job of who they're marketing to. Like, they need to have, like, with the same way that they divide up their, like, let's look at the playlist here. What playlist do they have? Vet Ride. Okay, cool. This is non-compensation, non-medical. This should be in its own category. VHA stuff should be in its own category. Where's the this needs to be easier to navigate.
Now, family, I'm about to go out on a limb, but I'm going to ask y'all. Well, I'm just going to tell y'all, sometime I ask y'all from time to time, let us know, and this, you can say whatever channel you want to say, what channels you like watching. I know you probably watch us, me and Raider, but what veteran channels or government channels or channels that you like watching about veteran stuff. And there's this one guy, he's Alaskan Ice hit me to him. He's a mental health provider, like a psychiatrist, and he worked for the VA, and he has a channel, Mental something. It's really good.
Concise Psych.
Oh, I like. He seems calm. I kind of like him. I watch him, and I've showed some of his stuff on it. Go ahead.
No, I think everyone. Somebody had said something about a Rubin channel. And I'm actually interested. I wish that they would post what channel that is, because I'm always interested in watching up and coming channels, because I'll give them like a thumbs up, or like I'll help anybody that's smaller than me.
Please give us some channels that you like, even whether they're big or small. It don't matter who it is. Let us know, especially the small ones. Let us know if it's some channels that put out good content that we should, know more about. Let us know now. Betty said. And one time, waste of time. Go ahead.
Like, if you guys want to know, like, something that's very funny, is that I don't get money for coming on to H-Town Vets channel, because I don't re-upload it to my channel for money.
I don't know why you don't re-upload it, brother. Please start re-uploading it, especially some. And I feel bad about that. I want to say,
why?
Because we got to do a shared thing where we all do it together, because you can't just come over here and be giving me clout like this. You give me I'm up to 20,000 views, 30,000 views and all this here, man, on my channel. But I want to give back. I want you to start taking it over there and the stuff that really hit. Please do that, man.
Well, it's fine if I don't, because I just that's the authenticity of it. Like, I don't get any money for being on here. So why,
and you on here for hours, dude. What's up? We gotta make some money, brother.
All right. Well, you get monetized, sir.
Oh, he calling me out. Look, I listen up. What had happened was, not say, you're right. I'm gonna work on that. Did not even. I got a new phone too. Did not even know the VA had a channel. No, so no. Wow, they're not marketing very well, do they?
Nope.
I stumbled upon it. How did you find out about the channel, family? Did the VA recommend it to you, or did you stumble upon it? How did you find out about it, Ray?
I found it whenever I was looking for stuff to see, because I was trying to figure out what my competition would look like what is everybody into? Because that's the thing, like having a lot of knowledge about something doesn't mean that you can articulate it very well. So what knowledge do people want? And that's what I was asking myself. What is it that people want to know? And I'll tell them, I'll tell them from the Raider perspective. That's cool. But so I found him while I was looking at it, and then I was watching. I'm like, hot garbage. And no, it doesn't make any sense, because it's like giving you a general overview that you can get from ChatGPT. It tells you what is there. It doesn't tell you like how to apply it into a rating claim or something.
That's what Sean.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's what Sean. Okay, I'm sorry, brother, but Sean. That's what Sean say. They won't make a video that says how to file a claim and get approved. You're able to do it in such a short period of time. Boom. Yeah. So okay, this is what this says, guys. In layman's term, you're able to break it down. Just the basics. Okay. Dougie himself is a spokesman for himself. Wow. And say Dougie is a politician on a mission. And let's see what Ginger House says. The only people Dougie see is, and a lot of people focus a lot of their energy on him. Doug Collins is talking to those VA lawyers working to make it harder to get claims approved. Do you think that he watch all of them? Do you think that he's actually trying to work against us, or he has some personal? Is he doing it for what you say, the power,
prestige?
Well, what is you think he's doing it?
I think, why is he doing this? He's clapping back. How dare you sue Collins? Because the Ingram v. Collins is in there. He don't like that. That's ego right there. Like his ego got bruised.
Could somebody whisper, sir, can you take your ego out of it and think about how it might affect the veteran, or the way VA 38 CFR is applied and the domino effect it might have or not have?
Why do I believe that, right? Like, because I believe that.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So the reason why I believe that is because at no point in time is the veteran included in that conversation. Like, I'm doing this for the veteran.
Yes.
No, I don't want to do this. Like, it's a want. It's not like there's no need.
He kind of told on himself. You said something. He said that this wouldn't be conducive, or what was the word that he used, that they shouldn't give veterans input. And he's always talking about the veteran, But he said, no, this is not. He has some tricky words, he said. Solaris say they have all the information before anyone else. Why don't they release videos with the changes when they happen? Solaris, that is a very good question.
That's a very good point, right? Like the chief, like marketing, whatever you want to call it, the chief internet video maker person, they're flopping on their channel. Like they should be actually putting out content that educates veterans, right? But that's the big thing about the VA is shh. If they find out, they find out. Shh. You gotta be a self-starter, or else the VA will not help you.
I don't like that when they say, "Well, the veteran figured out their own." Hey, we've heard this. We're not on the inside with y'all, but we've heard this through rumors that sometimes say, "Hey, the veteran this." Well, let them file an appeal for the file, or something like that, instead of just correcting. We've heard them. Sometimes the supervisors may have done that. Like, let the veteran figure it out. I love comedy, so I watch Comeback Craig. Helps me fall asleep fast. Sorry, I had to say it. Now,
Why? I mean,
yeah,
ain't
that's
nothing wrong
okay.
with.
Yeah, Comeback Craig. I like listening to him. He used to make me laugh. Now we got here one BDTNTR.
Yep.
I am 40% disabled on my left hip. Now, what is that called? What is that? What is that called?
Osteoarthritis.
Osteoarthritis. Okay, but have it in my right hip and lower spine with a 50% fall risk, unable to work as a window tinner, VSOR attorney. Now that's kind of interesting, ain't it? Are you service connected for both sides or just the one? Or are you going to try to claim the right hip as secondary?
I don't know. Sorry.
Now handle your business because I want to know that. That's all right. Now let Prestige Medical. Now what I thought I heard, isn't that one of those claims companies? Prestige Medical Consulting. Now some of you may have had positive experiences with some of these consulting companies. Okay. Some of you told me you were helped. So Jal would say Prestige Medical Consulting. Okay, go ahead. How do we deal with that, brother, when some people say they were helped by these companies?
I mean, I'm not against certain claim companies. I'm against the 5 timesers or the certain types of your back pay because that's legitimately illegal. I mean, I believe in like, if you can't get what you need to get from a VSO, then get something from somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about. But once again, what is their claim to fame? What do they know? Like, if I started a claims company tomorrow, you'd know what you were getting, right?
Yes.
I'd come out, probably show my face. I'd probably give you my resume. I'd show you where I worked at. I'd show you what station I was at, how long I've been doing it type thing. And I would probably have a very successful claim company. But I am lazy. And I do not want to do a claims company. Like I just don't. Like,
now you saying here, Sailor says Ruben, Ruben, I don't know what that is, a Jimin.
Huh? I don't know. I'm horrible with names.
Channel. Okay, so y'all saying here, I like to watch and see if they know what they're talking about. So what do you look for? And I want to ask you this question. Fam, those of you that watch Raider HQ that just watched him on your own, because many of you are from over there with him, or you can say me, why do you watch, put Raider first, put HQ, and why you watch this channel, or why you listen, or you can sit here and listen.
Where's the validity? Where did he win you over at? What was the statement that won you over with Raider HQ?
Why were you able to stay on? Because usually people don't click on but for a few seconds. What was he saying that captivated or caught your attention? Betty Bob say, H-Town, I looked up how you can get monetized. Send it to me, sister, because when we worked on that, but when they keep sending me, you just need to do this and wait until we respond. They keep sending me in the rigmarole. Now listen, the real Sir Gemini say, the Seal Dib, Infotap, the Salty Old Marine, H-Town, Raider HQ, Dwayne Kimball. Now, brother, I got a question. These seem like a lot of people you've done collabs with. Is there anybody in here that you haven't done a collab with yet?
Veterans Infotap.
Okay, Veteran Infotap. Okay. Yep,
that's the only one. And he's a big timer. I mean, look,
he got about 140,000 subscribers.
60 something. 160 something. He's getting big. He's getting Combat Craig big.
Yes, and he's real chill when I hear him. Now, U.S. Army Grunt say, I'm still waiting on Miss Jackie, the CMP examiner, to start a YouTube channel. Why is it so? Why do you think a lot of examiners or other people don't start channels like Raiders?
Okay. This circles back to the VA is a vengeful spiteful company. Why are you telling people that? What are you telling people? How dare you tell people that? When it's like, wait, shouldn't they already know that? No, they should not already know that. If they know that, then they need to find that out on their own. It's not a teach a man to fish. It's a how did they get that fish? Who gave them that fish? Why did you give them that fish? Why did you give them that information? Like, I'm not talking secret shit here. I'm talking about like the VA is legitimately not happy when you start telling people how to do something.
Why do you do it anyway, Raider HQ? In the words of Tom Cruise on A Few Good Men, answer the question.
Answer the question.
Oh,
Did you order the code red?
Yeah.
Like, because they're. Do you know how many people, like, that are homeless? How many people that don't have any service connection that they legitimately deserve it? They legitimately earned it. They legitimately should have it. And they don't. And the VA is okay with them not having it. I am equally okay with telling them how it can be gotten if they want to get it. And if they legitimately, like, I'm talking legitimately, like not making up bullshit, not embellishing, but if you legitimately have these things, this is how you claim this.
I didn't think y'all could help veterans. I'm be honest with you. When you did it, I said, is this man insane? He can't do this. I thought it was illegal for y'all to help people. To be pro-veteran, I thought that was a crime. I don't know why.
It is not illegal to report things that are public knowledge. So me telling you, okay, this is how this is rated, is me going into the 38 CFR, public knowledge, going on the DBQ, public knowledge, reporting what it takes on the DBQ to be this, public knowledge. Like, it's all public knowledge, but oh, for gosh sakes.
You're
You're
not charging people. Let's see what.
Well, and that's why I don't win the internet, is because I don't charge people. You thought it was AI, and that's kind of scary, actually. Why was it? What made you think I was AI?
Let us know, you Healing Ministries. Did you think that Luna was AI too?
Luna is AI. No.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's gonna spread the internet. Go ahead. What you saying?
It's not a conflict of interest, right? Because whenever I first got started, I wasn't going to charge money for anything. And I not even to monetize my channel. And it wasn't until things changed that I actually decided to retire that I monetized my channel.
Let me ask you, what do you think?
How is it? Okay, so here's the thing. How is it a conflict of interest? Where specifically is the conflict? If I don't know what your name is, right? I don't know who the hell San Diego Marine is. Let me tell you something that is like, it's no different than a conflict of interest of, I am a mental health provider. I have actually gotten claims from people that I provided services to in a mental health capacity. I had to withdraw myself from the claim and give the claim to somebody else because I have what could be considered a perceived conflict of interest because I have a dual relationship with them.
With that individual in particular.
Correct. That is a definition of conflict of interest. When you have a dual relationship where a third party might say that you could play favoritism to that individual, right? Those were instances where I had to go, hey, coach, I've actually helped this guy. Like, you can see it in their records, like my name's in their records. I don't want to be associated with this claim. My coach didn't care. I could still rate it. They're like, can you be objective? Yeah, I could be objective, but I don't want anybody to say that I'm not being objective.
But we didn't know this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and I want you to finish. Family.
He
say
San
no
Diego
disrespect.
Marine.
No, I know you didn't mean no disrespect.
But
this is how we feel. Who in here was confused by a actual VA raider helping veterans? Did that confuse you? did you like what is this here? I don't understand because we kind of have the thing that y'all kind of distant from us. Y'all have to be objective or something. It's just kind of confusing.
We're very easy to be coercible, right? Because our outcome can equal thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars for people, right? Like that's why whenever you go back to that California raider who was like, hey, look, you give me money, I'll give you a rating and I'll start assigning shit to myself. I have no shame in my game in that if they wanted to come at me and say, hey, look, you gave information for the knee condition. Okay, and fuck right on off. What does that mean? Prove it. Like,
that's our biggest worry.
You know,
this was our biggest worry. I thought the VA would think that. That's what said. I thought you were going to get in trouble. I was worried about you getting in trouble. You know, I was worried about you because they say he's spilling the beans. He's telling our secrets.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. And I don't tell people be sadder. You know, like I don't coach people on how to do things and to like anything that's untrue. And I always preface it by saying, hey, look, as long as it's true for you. Like having been and still am a mental health provider, I know where the ethical lines are. When I've had ethical training in order to do things in an ethical way. So for me, I have no qualms about my time period as whenever the crossover happened of still being a VA raider and putting out my videos and then retiring. I haven't crossed any line.
Let me ask you a question. What was it on the YouTube side of the game that you didn't like what you saw? That you say, you know what, I don't like, was it the coaching you talked about? What was the biggest thing? You said, you know what, I got to kind of get in here and clean some of this stuff up.
Man, you know how to push that button. You're a good interviewer. I'm going to tell you that right now.
No, I'm real slow, man. You're real slow, man. I don't know. That just
got it. You got it, though.
GBT chat or whatever y'all call it. They gave me the question or something. Whatever that thing, y'all GBT or GPT.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. That's how I put it in. Go ahead.
So it's the fucking bullshit with the lies. Oh no, we've got the secret sauce for the AI language that you need to fucking put in here. And if you don't, then your claim's not going to be so-and-so. Most of the things that had to do with claims companies baiting veterans for money. Like that's where it pissed me off. And I'm not upset at claims companies per se. I'm upset whenever you say, look, if you don't use us, there ain't no way that you're going to get rated because you don't understand X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. That's not how any of that works.
Okay.
And if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names because I've already had a feud with them and I'm tired of it. I want to quash it, but veterans can get rated without claims companies.
Hold on.
The majority of time, veterans can get rated without claims companies.
You're messing up the hustle.
But it's like filing your taxes. Yes, you can file your taxes. It is probably challenging. You will have to do homework. And if you're just not good at it, you should hire somebody to do it, help you do it. I understand that. Like, I get the mechanics of why claims companies exist. Where I cry foul is when people just do fucking just straight bullshit. And it pisses me off.
Before you started your channel, was there one thing that happened? You say, I got to get on this thing and do something about this. Was it one video you saw that say
no? No, I'm going to cut you off there. No, it had nothing to do with YouTube. It had to do with the internal, like, what the fuck are you doing amongst my peers that work at the VA? I'm like, holy shit, they're all idiots. And like teaching, like, rather than spend an hour with each person, I thought, well, why don't I just make videos for my peers and they can go actually watch my stupid videos? Nobody, like tens of people will watch my videos. And that way I can train the people that I work with on, look, man, just go watch the video. Spend the time to watch the video. I'll break it down for you. This is how you rate it. This is how you do it. And honest to God, I've had more raters say, I love your channel. You've helped me out to be able to keep my job than than I thought I would ever have, or VSRs that are like, look, man, I honestly didn't understand how that is how that works. Thank you so much.
And I want to ask y'all, family, any of you that's used a company, and I want you to put either positive, plus, or negative sign in there. If when you've used an outside company like a Raider or whatever, you had put positive, you've had positive experiences with them, or put negative. Put how many negative, if you had 2 or 3 positive, put it in there. If you had 2 negatives and 1 positive, put those in the chat. Yes, indeed. So what was when you came in the space, who I ain't saying individuals, but what type of people came at you first trying to say, hey, what the question was, it the claims companies, was it the people doing who was curious about, okay, this guy's here, what's going on?
Like which
inquisitive
YouTubers?
Like what type? Yeah, you ain't got to say names on YouTubers, but what type of people? It could have been not just YouTubers. It could have been people that had claims companies, or did some people kind of show an interest trying to fill you out, or they wanted to work with you and say, hey, you can come work for me and this here and that there? Because
not up front. Like there was a couple of YouTubers that reached out to me that were like, hey man, are you legit? And it's like, yeah, I'm legit. And they're like, okay, because like, do you mind if I pick your brain about some things? And I'm like, sure, man, that's cool. And they're like, and I showed them where it was. And that kind of reinforcing where I don't just say things. I also go, well, here's where you can find it. Right here. And they're like, oh man, see, that's the part that, like, if you want to talk about the secret sauce that has actually elevated the channel more than anything else, it's showing and telling. It's not just telling, it's showing also, where I show where my perspective is. Now, you don't have to agree with it, but here's where I get my perspective from. This is where my current thought process comes from, logistically.
That's why San Diego Marines say you would make when he said they mean in a positive way, a killing teacher online, you would do good. Won't you start that where you have, now that's where people, if you're going to be trained, huh?
I am teaching people online though.
But you're talking about, you can do it. You can have classes, but you would have to get paid for it. You can't do that for free, bro. That's taking your time. Now,
I mean, yeah, I get that, and that's why, like, once again, I'm lazy, right? we keep going back to that.
All you'd have to do is talk. What you're doing now,
and that's one thing I did say in the future is maybe doing like a education camp or something like that. I don't know. Like the future is the future, like I might do that in the future if it comes up with it, but I don't want to step on anybody else's toes or anything, but I don't know.
If you followed Raider HQ, or you followed him over here, or you subscribed over here because of him, or you over here, put HQ in the chat. If you followed Raider HQ, come on, let us know. If he was the one, let us know. Go ahead.
Now, one of the other things was, I'll give my own story here, where people are like their claims company or whatnot. I used a VSO twice. And both times they said, there's no way that you can get service connected for the thing that you're trying to service connect. Please give it up. At which point in time, I filed it myself, looked up my own stuff, and got granted for the things that the VSO told me that were impossible. And ever since that time, that was before I became a VA employee.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yep. And I never forgot that. That was a lesson to me. And that was something, like, I'm not bitter or anything like that, but I am very, very frustrated. Like, there is a MCM who's on my channel as a moderator. She is a VSO. I respect her beyond anything. And
I do too.
Because she's a self-starter. She doesn't just take the annual training and just leave it at that. She wants to be a good practitioner, not for herself, but for the veterans, right? And those are the people that I hope that we get more of. Now, one day will I become a VSO? I don't know. I might become a VSO. You might actually get my first and last name and my face and whatnot, and I might become a VSO and help veterans formally. Who knows? I don't know. But at present, I can't tolerate the alphabet soup groups. The VFW, the DAV, the so-and-so. Like, I don't know. They'd have to change some stuff. Like, oh.
Let me ask you this here. If you had to deal with one group, and I want to ask you this earlier, which one of them you would hold your breath if you had to deal with them? They say you have no choice. You have no choice. You must deal with one. Are you willing to name them right now, or we don't want to mess up nothing that might come?
What do you mean,
future?
like the
Veteran of Foreign Wars, DAV? Who do you think? American Legion, and they have several ones.
If they were to offer me a job type thing, like which one would I go through? Okay.
In order, 1, 2, 3.
The VFW first and foremost, because they're the most hot mess that I've ever come across, and I think I could do the most good fixing them.
Didn't see that coming. Y'all let us know in the chat which one you think he should go into. Go ahead.
The VFW has a podcast set up that is just an exercise in just, we did so good, and they're patting themselves on the back. And I'm like, or you could use your platform for good and actually tell some people some shit that they could learn from, and it matters. Like, why are people signed up with them? Like, and I don't hate them, but they're the ones that, like, I'm just going to tell out loud. If you want to know the company that, or the organization that I went to twice that royally fucked me over, and they told me that it wasn't possible to get the thing that I got service connected, it was the VFW. So,
he said it. Oh boy, go ahead. Wow.
And that's on the individual and not on the organization. But it comes down to training. Yeah. Like, would I sell out? I don't even consider it selling out as much as, would I get a job at the VFW if they gave it to me? Yeah. But in order to fix them, I would endure working for them to fix them from the inside out. Yeah, to make it to where, to combat, like, because how do you get rid of claims companies is you make the VSOs better, like I would do that. But I wouldn't take like an individual position. I mean, I'd take something where if you want to make me the regional director of teaching people how the hell to do their job, I might do that. Right. I don't know.
You know what's so confusing? What Robert says here. HQ put me onto you, and both are awesome. Yep. When did you decide that you just start promoting other people? That was so confusing. You just come in, hey, go to this guy's channel. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I say, what's going on here? I mean, man, this is save some for the sequel, man. Say, but you got that type of generous, and I thank you for that. And that's what it said. I've been through that. I've never used the VSO. If you've used the VSO, put VSO in the chat. If you've never used one, say never VSO. Go ahead, bro.
But I'll say that, I mean, a couple things here. Sorry, Luna's I'm gonna have to go pretty soon because Luna's
no problem.
Time. But
yes, Ginger said yes. Go ahead.
I mean, why did I go and help other people? Like, no bullshit. Like, I'm a social worker, and I know that like it's touchy feely kind of, like some people are like, oh man, you just like, I actually do care about building communities. I do care about building people up. I do honestly care about the welfare of the masses over the individual gain that I could get. And to my own detriment, right? Because like if you've ever seen a social worker's pay that's outside of the VA, they're not doing it for the money, right? Like they're not.
They're not getting that much money.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I come from, is that this could be an opportunity for me to give back to the veteran community, because after you serve, a lot of us like to go back in and continue to serve. And this is just a different type of service for me.
Okay, my last question to you, and I'm gonna let you finish that statement, but sure. So I won't forget. My last question is, what impact do you think, what you bring to the veteran community, especially on YouTube and social media in general? What do you think the most impact you're having? Not just what you want to have. What impact do you have?
I think my impact on the community depends on the individual. So a lot of the time I have individual impact by presenting the information in a way that individuals can organize their evidence to get a better outcome. On a macro level, oh my gosh, Luna. On a macro level.
If you gotta go, you got
no, it's fine.
All right.
On a macro no. On a macro level, what I think that I provide is I provide an insight into the thinking, the way that the thinking has evolved over time, like how the VA thinks, like how to think about things related to your claim. See, because most people right now, they're like, case law, case law, case law. And I'm like, but that's not what the VA cares about. Like evidenced by, Doug Collins's change to 4.10. He does not respect case law.
Oh, right. You know, I want to say this, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but the mad researcher, I feel that same way too. And it confused. He said, I feel that Raider vetted me, because I say this guy had to been watching some of my videos. But finish up what you're saying, brother.
But yeah, and I mean, like, I think that if you don't understand how a process works, like I can gauge how a lot of things might turn out, like percentage wise. Like you have an 80% chance of this being successful. And the reason why is because I know how the process works. If you have a fundamental understanding of it, you can direct, you can think, okay, I can rationalize this based upon limited information. I don't know. Those are the things that I think that I give the veteran community currently are those two things. For the most part. I mean, sometimes people like it when I swear and have a spicy Raider, is like they want to call it.
Spicy Raider, man, you've been so incredible, brother.
I
Everybody
don't
show love. You don't have a what? And
I don't have a life, Herman.
You came over here. You just had me laughing because it say Luna. Everybody saying Luna. You just man, that dog sound huge. They are Great Danes, I think.
150s, yeah, 150 pounders.
Are they tall? On the taller end of Great Dane?
Yeah. Well, no, they're actually smaller, but they're about $150, $140.
Man, thank you, brother, and I appreciate you. And whenever you come over, you welcome, bro. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, and I don't have a life, so I'm over here all the time. Like I'll be over here all the time. Like that's fine.
And we
Papa, come on, do it. H-Town. Too easy.
And see, that's
easy.
Just, and you know what I like about you? You no matter where you go, how big the channels are, this man shouts me out, and that means a lot. He pushed me off a cliff. I wouldn't see it coming, family, because he's so cool. And I'd be saying, man, I probably deserve that. Man, everybody show love. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I promoted you guys in my like anytime that I get onto like the Civ Divs channel or something, I'm always trying to promote you.
People don't do that. That's crazy. I told him, I say, Raider's crazy. He said, yeah, if you haven't had a chance, go over to H-Town Vet Channel. I said, this dude is out of control. Oh man. I say, look.
And yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do call claimants.
Oh, you do? But isn't that been a mixed bag? Sometimes they kind of go off on you.
No. Well, I mean, they do, but I mean, it's no different than therapy sessions. Providing veterans with therapy sessions, sometimes, you get screamed at for 45 minutes, straight. Calls are nothing, like if you've ever been in a therapy session with somebody that's just, dysregulated and they're just screaming. Yeah.
Okay. Get to the chopper. Get to the
chopper. Come on, do it.
Great Dane weighs 125 pounds, but I think the biggest dog is the Irish Wolf dog. It's a giant.
Yeah. Like the reason why I like Great Danes is because they can be apartment dogs, so they don't really require a lot of running around. They're kind of lackadaisical. Think
Right.
Scooby Doo.
Yes.
But anyway, sir, these dogs need to go out. And anyway,
Handle.
everybody, thank you for having me on, everyone. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later. Raider out.
Raider out. Peace, brother. Yep. Everybody show love to Raider. Yes, indeed. Family, we going to get to the other topic on the next live stream. That's something we can do tomorrow. Come on, talk about that. Let me see what y'all talking about. Sorry if I didn't get to some of your stuff earlier. We've been here 3 hours, family. Now, listen. Do y'all realize something? That we can sit and interact for hours. I be feeling bad. Everybody show love to Raider. Let me tell you, y'all thought I was faking this thing. I really enjoy it. I'm going to tell y'all. San Diego say, Raider, if you call me, I would be very nice. If he would call you, would you, if a Raider call you or a Raider calls you and about your claim, would you be nice? Arnold said, get down to your VSO. Martin, you something else. Come on, family. Let's talk about it. Bro Typer says, thank you for the chat. Have a good night. Come on, let's say our good night, family. Yes, indeed. Then any last statement y'all want to make? And I apologize for not getting to all your messages. I tried to get as much as I can. Ginger House says, thank you both for all the help and support. I need to ask y'all a question. What do you get from us together that you may not, that's different from what you get from us separately? What is it about us coming together? Because we still talking about stuff, What is it about the interaction? Y'all keep bringing that up. What is it about the interaction that resonates with you? Please let us know. Is it the question and answer? What is it? Is it the way we interact with y'all? I really want to know. Say everybody saying good night, Raider. Boy, her must say you watched up. Boy, he say LOL. Benny say night Raider. Good night, Raider. Night Raider. Solaris say thank you, H-Town. Let me tell you, Solaris, it took me a while to learn how to say your name. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Love to you, Solaris. Thank you, H-Town. Love to all of you. And I really mean that from my heart because it's so easy. Huh? You know what the old song say? It's so easy to love. So some people are just so easy to talk to. And let me tell y'all all right. I just don't know what to say. Now listen to Sugar Daddy Jimmy. See, I was talking about you in my kitchen to my friend on the phone or somebody. I don't know. I think I brought you up to one of my family members, my daughter and niece. Say, yes, Sugar Daddy Jimmy. I don't know what the last initial is. And they just cracked up. I said, I have to say the whole thing. Raider, H-Town, thank you both for the stream. I always learn something. Y'all say that, and I appreciate you. What do you learn from us being together? San Diego Marine says, evening, Raider. We have 68 likes and 39 watching. H-Town, what's your email? So my email, hold on, here we go, Martin. And if you would like to consider being a what do you call it, a moderator, go ahead and send me an email, okay? Because I have to get it together. I don't know. I got to get my rules together first. But let me get the banner for the email. Here's the banner for the email. If you like to consider, or you want to contact me for anything else. You say email. You say Raider, you washed up. And hold on, you say, night, it's always a pleasure, H-Town, love. Yes, indeed. I don't know why we have so much fun here. I just don't know why. And I clickbaited y'all tonight because we didn't go over the topic. I'm going to change the thumbnail, but thank y'all so much, fam. Let me see. Yeah, I think every time we pull it off, you'll see. I'll go to email again. Ginger says, H-Town, I'm over here in Mo City. I'm over here in Richmond, not old Richmond. I'm down the road for you. You understand? I'm on the other side of Sugarland, on between Katy. You in Mo City? Oh, I ain't gonna give your location away. That's Missouri City. Oh, did I tell it? Yeah, I'm in Richmond, right down the street from you. The real Sir Gemini say, always learning stuff on here, H-Town. And thank you, Raider. Yes, indeed. Show love to Raider. Because he does a lot to bless my heart. And y'all do too, man. This means a lot to me. San Diego Marine say, good evening, veteran family. Because I want to do something that was veteran-centered, fam. Then we have Betty Bob say, thank you so much, H-Town. Are you meeting tomorrow evening? Maybe. I plan on. You'll know probably around 1 or 2. Be looking. Click on your notifications. I plan to go over the information that I didn't go over tonight because I really wanted Raider to, whenever I saw him, I was, I usually keep going what we're doing, but I had to find out to clear up this Collins law thing, because he, finally I was able to ask him questions. So Laura say, good night, all stay safe. Please, prayers and blessings to all of you. Then Robert says, being here is like therapy. Yes, Robert. Yes, indeed. I feel the same way. Huh? Like Boys and Men. What do you say? Loving you is like food to my soul. And I happen to like soul food. Now listen, Charlton say, good night, Betty Bob, shipmate. I'll always give you a spot. Thank you, always. And you too, Charlton. I may need you to contact me because I want to see, I want to ask you a few things. Chat me up, and I might get with you, brother. I'm going to get with you. You send me an email. I got your email. Send your email because you really play an important part of this channel, and I thank all of you. But you in particular, bro. You and Betty Bobs, y'all been holding me down. Those doggone sellers. The real Sir Gemini. Your interview skills and questions, hold on. So my interview skills and questions you ask Raider. Yeah, so some people get thrown off by my Southern accent, but I can be articulate. I kind of code switch. I'm a Black Southern man, but when I get inquisitive, I did go to school and I know how to. I'm a real good questioner. I'm one of the best. Did I tell on myself? But I try to make people feel comfortable, but I will ask the questions. And I'm a thinker. So that's why when you see me pulling up those slides, Raider don't know they coming up. And I can't tell you how I do it. I don't know. I really don't know, but I be hoping people don't recognize. But I just boom. Now, Herman Monster, PTSD, H-Town, you the best. Y'all are too. And I love how y'all enjoy it. Now listen to what J. Oliver said he enjoyed. The deep dive into questions of VA process. Oh, that's me. That's what you just let me know. You articulated what I was feeling, J. Oliver. Thank you, brother. And if y'all see MG Smith, I miss you. Our brother Coasty, I miss you and I love you. I hope you're all right. And people have to take breaks, but I want y'all to know I miss you. Alaskan Ice, Bionic Woman. Some of y'all can contact with me behind the scenes, but I love y'all and y'all day one riders. You understand? And others. Now, 66, a question I never thought about and good answers to them. Well, based on the people that I'm talking to, I get a feel for people and it comes expressive. We didn't go over. Let me see if I got it here. Let me tell you. So I'm sorry, but I tried. I said I'm gonna try to do this at least once. Let me see. I did want to cover one little clip here, so please be patient with me. We're gonna cover one Black History. This is Black History Month. That yes, they had different car companies, and the Patterson Car Company wasn't the first, but however, they were the first to give first luxury cars. Okay, they were much the Ford Company, which actually George Washington Carver helped Henry Ford design his plant, but the Patterson Car Company, he had the best quality cars, but he didn't build them on an assembly line, so he didn't sell as many. He customized them. This was a Black man, I believe. He was out of Detroit. I'm trying to remember. And yes, the first luxury cars, automobiles, 30 horsepower, 4-cylinder, electric start and lighting system, split windshields. He had patent for several things. Vehicle dashboard, right? A patent for a vehicle dashboard was granted in 1905. Did you hear me? The buggy stop, a patent for a buggy top was granted in 1911 with his sons. He went on, I think he made bigger vehicles later. So just let you know. So family, thank y'all. Yeah, y'all send me some advice and on how to get monetized when you having problems. Because I'm trying to do it. And Raider tried to help me. Everybody tried to help me. Let's see what it say. Okay, now. YouTube bounce information off each other, bringing more information like jazz when they riff off of each other. Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, I like that. Yes, I do like that. Let me answer y'all a question because y'all know y'all trying to go to bed. We trying to get out of here. Now, listen, Ginger House say, you are asking good questions to Raider. Thank you so much, Ginger House. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Sugar Daddy, yes, indeed. We thinking about putting you on the refrigerator, but you got to say the whole thing. Sugar Daddy Jimmy C. Now, Enter You Faith Ministries. The collaboration is genius, and it's about helping veterans. See, we don't center ourselves here. This is not the goal when Raider HQ and I are doing this. And we just come on. We don't prompt before time. We just come up here and talk. This is all, none of this is scripted, family. And like I said, I wanted the brother, whatever he get, he can use it on his channel, because I be feeling kind of bad, like I'm over here being a user. Because I want this brother to get to 20 to 100,000 viewers. Yeah, I'm gonna do all right, man. Don't worry about me. Learning about veteran benefits. Oh, that's what you like over here. So Knight family from Charlton, and then Sugar Daddy Jimmy C says, H-Town, we need to get you monetized. So yes, indeed. Raider did his best to help me. He got me through some of the steps. He did everything he could. Y'all just give me some information. They give me a hard time. I have to figure out evening. Oh, look who in there. OT in the house. OT in the house. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Oh, look at it, just gonna crash the party. Oh, Lord, I'm looking at myself doing that. What's our brother Wayne's World? We're not worthy. Reset well, family. Mad researcher out. Okay. Then we got Martin say, I emailed you a rap song about Dougie. Oh, yes, I want to see that. Then I'm going to read these and we're going to close it out. Betty Bob say, Charleston Zimmerman, you always know how to make me cry, and it's not hormone. Then we have Ginger House say, good night, H-Town. Good night, Ginger. So welcome for you to be here. We're so glad that you're here. And then Betty Bob say, good night, Charlton Zimmerman. Now listen to what Sugar Daddy Jimmy C. You got to say the whole thing. Now listen, I'm from Texas. My accent doesn't bother me a bit, H-Town. That's what I'm talking about. It's who I am. And I'm back home. Now listen what Betty Bob say. H-Town is those pretty well-dressed Southern men that can take your woman and you never see it coming. Indeed. I had a dude was and I wasn't trying to take nobody woman, but he was just, I was somewhere and he was kind of, I guess, irritated because I was just being polite to both of them, but he was, and his woman, she was just kind of, I was saying stuff making her laugh. Yeah, he know how it is. Yes, if you can talk to somebody, a man's woman, and I'm talking about mechanic work and they don't lose interest, let me tell you something, watch out for them Southern guys, because I'm not like that. Now, You right about that, sister. Now, Ginger House say, good night, everyone. Salute. Family, put a salute in if you ain't left yet. Salute. Then 1905, Jimmy. Okay, 1905, okay. Yes, indeed. Betty Bob say, that's deep roots. My family been here in Texas since 1850s, and we come from Jackson, Georgia. Was there all the way back to the 1700s, and Florida, all over Florida because Seminole Indians. Now, oh Lord, family, we got 70 likes and 31 watching. Y'all got to get up out of here. Everybody showing love to each other. Then Sugar Daddy Jimmy C say, good night, Ginger. Watch him and watch him close. He might need somebody else in the stables. Now, I had to help out an older vet in my area. Yes, indeed. I thank you. OT, thank you. Good night all from Martin. Thank you, Martin. And then OT say, so sorry I wasn't late. I was late to the point. It's okay. We got 70 people in your family. Thank y'all. And I want to say, family, good night. We really appreciate you. And you know what I got to put up now, because most of us, we was talking, and I've been, hold on, where is this at? With our brother Ray HQ. Yeah, I'm trying to see why it didn't go nowhere. I'm trying to pull up a slide so I can say good night. I guess I ain't gonna be able to do it. Okay, I think I got it that time. So we want to say good night, family. We thank Radar HQ for coming through. We thank y'all for being here. Say good night, H-Town from Betty. OT, the important was you showed up. Yeah, you showed up. You was here. OT say night, H-Town. You're going to catch us next time. Don't worry about it, OT. See y'all on the next stream. Maybe tomorrow. Just keep your notifications on, depending on you, because we're looking for a car for my daughter, and I'm going to get one for my niece eventually, too. Okay, working on both of them. Have a beautiful Thursday. Yes, that's right. Good night, everyone. Much love. Everyone, this is how we do in my family. I will, but look at, and we want to thank y'all, family. We want y'all to have a wonderful night. We thank you for the part that you played in this live stream and on this channel. Go over there, please, watch Raiders video on the topics we covered tonight, and support his channel just like you support ours. And we thank you for everything, and we want to say good night. Take care. Until next time, family.